Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How you doing,
Afternoon.
co-host?
Good evening.
Oh, country. Good evening. How y'all doing this evening? We hope y'all doing okay. Go Strolls. And we got we're gonna, we're gonna be around the world with us. Welcome to episode 3. And how you doing, Hood Table? So we're gonna go
All
ahead and
right.
get you ready to get started?
I'm ready when you ready. Hey everybody, it's your girl AlmondBrown09. Y'all, we coming back here with another the third episode. So I'm excited. We got some good stories for you guys tonight. Feel free to talk down in the chat box. Talk back to us. Give us some feedback with the stories that we'll be presenting to you guys. So
All right. You want the first one or I got the first one?
you go ahead. We on your station.
All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Let me see. Do I got it? All right, I forgot. I gotta stay. Okay, our first story is Dads on Duty. A group of dads show up at a Southwind High School after a violent week occurred the week prior. 40 plus dads working in shifts, and the students state that the presence of the dads changed the environment and changed the school. Their focus is to give the kids a father figure. This happened in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm sorry, let me play the
Here at
video.
Southwood High School in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Plagued with violence.
Over the course of 3 days,
Another fight.
23 students arrested for fighting.
Massive police response.
But strangely, there hasn't been another incident since. Perhaps in part because of this most unusual crisis intervention team.
Nobody here has a degree in school counseling. No majors in criminal justice.
No.
Your qualifications are?
But Dad, we decided the best people who can take care of our kids are who? For us. What we do.
So Michael Lafitte started Dads on Duty,
We're out doing what we do for our babies.
a group of about 40 Southwood dads who now hang out at the school in shifts.
Let's go.
Today, any negative energy that enters the building has to run a gauntlet of good parenting.
You moving fast. I like that.
I immediately felt a form of safety. We stopped fighting. People started going to class.
How could that be?
You ever heard of a look?
A look? Dads have the power to do that?
Yes. Not many people know it, but yes.
Let's go.
But it's not just the firm stares and stern warnings.
Let's make it to class, my son.
It's also the dad jokes.
They just make funny jokes like, oh, hey, your cereal's untied, but it's really not untied.
They hate it. They're so embarrassed by it.
And it's that perfect mix of tough love and gentle ribbing that dads do so well that has helped transform this school.
The school has really just been like happy and you can feel it.
Which is why the dads plan to keep coming to Southwood indefinitely.
Because not everybody has the father figure at home.
Or a male, period, in their life.
So just to be here makes a big difference.
Do you think you stumbled onto something here?
Absolutely.
They'd like to start chapters of Dads on Duty throughout Louisiana
What's up, big boy?
and hope to eventually take on the country
All right.
without a fight. Steve Hartman, on the road in Shreveport, Louisiana.
How much do we?
All right, I think that's awesome.
That was awesome. So what you think about it?
Man, that's awesome. I think I would love to see that nationwide. That was so awesome. And just to see that the outcome and it turned around and the kids and you actually got to hear the interviews from each kid, some of the kids that say that they're not fighting anymore. You know, it's just a positive turnaround. And I think that that's something that just the presence of the dad, the father figures there, a lot of kids probably was missing that and needing it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. And like you said, that the kids come out and say that it's effective, to have men being present, regardless if they're dads or not, just having a man present. And I think a lot of people in some of the comments were saying that this shows you that, a father being in a household is effective and is needed,
Right.
So just like with Officer Norman, and his policing, community policing, that took across the nation, and a lot of officers were implementing the way he policed the community and how nice he was, and how he went about doing that over in Little Rock, Arkansas. I think if this took hold, dad's on duty, I
Yeah,
think that it would be effective, especially in schools like that where it's just fighting all the time. And it's like, instead of suspending the kids, sometimes you need to sit down and talk to them and figure out why. And I know a lot of times they won't talk to a school counselor, but if
right.
it's somebody outside of the school, like one of the dads, maybe they can relate to them, as opposed to a teacher or a counselor saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, what is wrong? Something got to be wrong for you just to you lashing out like that every day, and it's more than one. All of those fights that's taking place, and they trying to hurt each other. It's not the little pity pat fight. Them boys and girls, they trying to hurt each other to the point of dismemberment or disfiguration. I mean, and this is sad. So,
Right. They
but I,
stab.
I like the way that they're doing that. So,
I do too. I think it's very that's dope. And I would love to see. I don't know. I lost the chat some kind of way. I forgot what. I
go
forgot
back
what.
over the comments.
Okay, there you go. I see it.
Hey, TC.
How you doing, TC? Okay, there
But
you
yeah, so you guys let us know how y'all feel about dads on duty. Do you think what the hood table said, I love to see that implemented across the states and our communities. Yeah, so I mean, if you know a school in your area, and you want to show them the story, then show them the story, and then see if that's something that they can come and they can kind of put together.
Hood table
She
said,
said,
I hate that some schools have a no tolerance rule on everything. Some things should be able to talk out or just get detention or a few days of suspension, but going to jail for fighting. Yeah, but these kids, they fight a little vicious. It's not the same
yeah,
as pushing somebody down. I heard a story. It was out here, and somebody stabbed somebody, and it's just more violent. So I could kind of see you going to jail, but just like a little regular fist fight and nothing violent. I mean, like I agree with the hood table, detention, in school suspension, or out of school suspension. I don't think you should have to go be put in jail.
yeah. I mean, another chance should be given, but like you said, what they doing? That's not regular fight like we did. So it has to be some of that stuff. The consequences that they do get is warranted.
Right.
But after that, if y'all gonna allow these kids to be back into that same school, you need to talk to them. Something needs to be done beforehand. If you taking them to jail, some kind of therapy or something needs to be had before they come back to the school or something. You just can't send them to jail and then turn around and put them back into the same schoolhouse. That's not gonna help them in no way, shape, or form. Because yeah, they went in there. They have not had time really to think about what it is that they did and then put those good things in place. No, they just go to jail, get out. They mom and daddy, oh, we mad at you. I had to miss work to come to court with you, and now you back at school. And what was accomplished?
Right. And the parents, we get the fines because they don't have no money. So
Hmm.
who's going to pay the fines? So
Right.
hood people say, I get it, but we all fight growing up all the time, but nobody ever went to jail for fighting at school. Now I can see if weapons were involved. I agree, but I think this generation, the hood table is totally different.
These are weapons.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
These are weapons.
Back then. You
Yeah,
don't even
back then we fought, but these are weapons to where, like I said, they're trying to literally punch your lights out. They're trying to kill you. I don't care what nobody say. These kids nowadays, they know where to hit you at to hurt you.
right.
To really put you out, get you out of there. So I understand that, but at the same time, some of these kids they need to learn their lesson because it's not a one-time thing. It's something that they're doing over and over and over again. So
Right.
then what are the consequences if they keep continuing the same behavior over and over again? You're just still allowing them to come back into the schools. You have to think about the other kids that are around that may get hurt in the crossfire, like the boy that brought the gun to school and shot the people.
Right.
So it may not be a gun this time, but if there is no kind of therapy or something going on with these kids, then it's gonna keep. I feel like it's gonna keep going on and on.
PC said these children keep the fighting going on also. It will start between two, and then you look around and there's a whole mob involved.
Yeah.
Correct. Game mentality. Correct.
Yep.
That's a game mentality.
Well, hopefully somebody implements that other places and it keeps traveling. So dad's on duty. Thumbs up from me.
Right. For me, because I agree. It's. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add this in. I think it's gonna give a more positive impact than saying moms don't do it. I mean, we could get in there, and I don't think it'll have the same effect as just that sternness from the fathers, and just a lot of kids are fatherless, and they don't have the two-parent household or even the good co-parenting, and they need that, and it's just to show that the teachers can't do it all the time. So, like I say, thumbs up, and I would love to see that implemented everywhere.
Absolutely.
Starting young on up, and Hood Tape would say, right, fists are weapons, and every time I fought, I meant to do much damage, but I don't agree with always just sending them to jail for fighting.
No, and I don't think they always get sent to jail. I mean, I agree with you on that, but I don't think they always get sent to jail. That's why they keep coming back and able to fight multiple times. Like the story said, his fights breaking out, 2-3 times out the week or whatnot. So, and I'm sure it's not just different kids. Sometimes it's the same children over and over because they're allowed to come back to school. You get suspended for 2 days, you come back and you fight again. You get suspended for 5 days, you come back, you do it again. You get suspended for 10 days, you come back, you do it again. And then it's like, what are they learning? What are they learning if they're only sitting home to do nothing because mom, maybe dad has to go to work? So now you're at home by yourself. You're doing whatever, social media, whatever it is that you can do while you're home alone because your parents still have to work. And then you're sent back to school to do the same thing over and over again. At that point, who are you hurting more? It's other kids there that may be attacked by this same person, so there is consequences behind it. It is consequences behind it, and it sucks. But these children do have to take responsibility for their actions. Their parents have to also take responsibility for their actions as well. So
I used to work at a high school, and I always had my law enforcement and military brothers around to provide real alpha male role modeling. It worked. Yeah. I agree. I think it worked. And you know what? What's so different about that? I remember growing up, and we used to have the male security guards. They were plain clothes, but they were around, and nobody was scared of them. They still did whatever they was gonna do. So just seeing these dads, and then it's not just one or two. They are in force. Yes. And they taking shifts, and they there. It's just the presence, and I did like the commentary from the students that said that how it helped, and they joked with them, they played with them, and it was just a pleasant sight.
Yeah, and I think what TC was saying about her military friends and everything, and with these kids and what the dad's on duty, what I like, and I'm pretty sure because they're they're on campus, they have to be that you got to be known or seen or whatever, but it's not necessarily a uniform with a badge. You know what I'm saying? It's like dads that are just relatable, normal people. It's not like I'm sitting here with this so much authority over you to where now you feel inferior to me. It's like I'm so much more better than you. No, brother, no sister, no son. You know what I'm saying? I'm here and I'm joking with you, and it's not always about the badge, because the kids nowadays, they're being taught to either fear the badge or disrespect the badge. So there's no reverence, so to speak, to authority. Nowadays it's not. So
the Hood table say, yeah, if it's repetitive fighting all the time, then I say just kick them out. But I love how the dads are repping their community. I do too.
Yeah. So on to the next. Are you ready for the next story?
I'm ready for the next story. How you doing, Vegas girl? And everybody that came.
Hey TC, hey everyone.
So you
all
got
right, well, you got to pull it up. I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Okay. Let me see. So this next story that we're gonna bring up is about. Let me pull it up as well. Let me see. I pull it up on my computer. I ain't gonna put it up on my phone. But single mom of two pretty much was crying out for help. She was crying out for help, and it was too late before the help came about. So, single mother of two kills herself after battling depression and the stress of raising kids alone. So her first post she made October 15th. And it says having to do this parent, and I'm
My
gonna read it
bad.
exact.
My bad. I shared the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm out of order.
Oh, I'm not even looking on StreamYard. I'll read the story off of my off the thing.
I have it right there in order.
Are you Lord? It say Miss LaRuth on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. And there you go. I'm in order, but I guess since I used that one, I went out of order. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it says, and I'm going to read her post as she wrote it. Livy J is her name. Having to do this parent shit alone has really made me a lot stronger and shows me that I am capable of doing anything, but at the same time, I want to breathe. I want to be able to go to the restroom at least once without little kids following my ass. I want to be able to sleep in because I don't have to get up, just kids are up. I want a break. And I'm comfortable enough to say that now and not give a F what no one says because I am human. So that was October 13th. And then this post was posted 3 days ago. But one day before that is when she posted this checking out. I'm sorry, but I can't keep battling depression. To the ones that were really there, I love y'all. If I do succeed at this, please make sure my kids are okay. Please. So, I didn't go on her page to see where she was from or whatnot, which I should have, but I just did not want to go. I didn't want to go on her page or whatnot, and because I know I'm going to see a whole bunch of stuff. But the reason I chose this because a lot of mothers, we as women, we're always told that we need to be superwomen. We need to be strong. We're supposed to do any and everything, whatever comes under the sun. A woman is supposed to be able to do that with a smile on her face, with a rod in her back. Don't cry about it. If you cry about it, go in the bathroom and cry about it, and don't let your kids see you cry. And this is that and the third. We'll have somebody that'll come pick us up to go to the club, but you won't have somebody that'll watch your kids when you say you're feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I chose this because it's like it needs to be put out there more and more that depression is real, and especially single mothers. And one thing that people will say is, well, what a daddy. Well, it don't matter where he is at this moment where she's telling you guys she is facing depression. Like she just wants to breathe. So I just feel like, and I know there probably are groups out there for single mothers that may be battling depression, the things that they can do. But now I guess with coronavirus, which I feel like that shouldn't be a reason now. If somebody said that they're afraid and they're depressed and they're this and they're that, help them. The first time they say it, don't think that they playing. Oh, well, you say this all the time. Well, then if you hear a person saying that all the time, you might need to do something. So I mean that's some of my take on it. I'm gonna hush and let you go. Go ahead.
I got the unpopular opinion.
Go ahead.
I think it was selfish.
Listen, and I listen. That was one of my thoughts as well. That's why I said now.
I think it was selfish. The last part, it says okay. Before killing herself, she said, "If I am successful, please look after my kids."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, WTF? I ain't gonna cuss, but come on, man, look after my kids. You just left your kids here to face no matter what. You don't know what. You don't know if it's gonna be abuse, neglect. You don't know, and you had those kids. And yeah, I never dealt with depression, so I can't say here or there.
It's real.
So I'm not. I know it's real, and mental illness is real because my mom had mental illness, and we have some people in my family that have it. But I think it was selfish. I think it was selfless, and no, not selfless, selfish. It was selfish, and I feel like, we don't know if she had anybody to help her. Like you said, that's true. They'll come get you to do negative stuff, but they won't come get you. They won't come give the kids. But one thing I have learned, because by me having 3 kids, it's easier to find somebody that will look out for you and one child
Mm-hmm.
versus you and 3 kids.
Right.
And it's easier to find somebody that's going to watch one of your kids instead of a whole lot of them. So sometimes if you are dealing with some of these things, then you don't lay there and just continue to keep having kids.
Yeah. But
So
it may not, the depression may not have come with just one child, with the first child. You know, it might not have came with the second child. Just different events and your lifestyle period can change between 1 and 3 kids, because now money is even more tighter with 2 kids than it was with one child and just you. And I agree in the sense of it being selfish, in the sense that now you're asking for other people to take care of your children, but then you're pretty much presenting that you had no one to help you take care of your kids while you were here. So who now is going to take care of your kids now that you're not here? You know, so in that instance, I do agree with you with it being a selfish act, but I still say that, you know, if somebody is crying out for that they're depressed and she's posting it on social media, it's not like she calls somebody and be like, hey, Polo, you know, I'm facing this, and then Polo be like, you know, I mean, I hear you, but I got to work. I can't do this. You posted it on social media, which she probably got thousands of followers. So somebody should have, and they could have, I don't know, they could have or should have reached out to her and said, hey girl, what you need this and that and the third, you know, what you need. Even if it's 30 minutes, even if it's 30 minutes. And I say depression is real because I've been there, done that, you know what I'm saying? And I was told, and you know, I'm a prayer warrior, you know, but you don't want to hear just pray about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear that, because I know I can pray, you know, but at the same time, it's like you need that foundation around you that's going to help you when you feel like your prayers is not going to work. You know they'll work, but in that instance, you don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it. Yeah, you
You
don't
don't
want to
want to
hear
hear
it.
it. You know, so
One
hey,
thing this is what I used. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is one thing I used to say all the time, and people could not understand. And tell me if you understand it. Of the chat, y'all understand it. Y'all may not understand it, but I used to always say, I never thought about killing myself or anything like that, but I always used to say, I understand how a person feel when they kill themselves and kill their kids as well, all in one. Because I felt like the reason why I used to say that, people be like, what you mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. And I would be like, the reason why I say that is because whatever on earth that it was so hard, that you felt it was so hard that you couldn't do it, that you couldn't take care of your kids, you made the decision that you're gonna leave here, but not gonna leave them to be a burden on anybody else, so you take them with you. So I understood that as a mother. A lot of people was like, I don't get it. Now, one thing I can say, that she wasn't a coward and did it the other way and off the kids, and she
Yeah,
stayed
she
here.
just took herself.
She took herself. So I commend her a little bit on that one, that she didn't kill the kids and then stay. Like, I don't know if y'all heard about this case. It was a long time ago, the Andrea Yates case, where her husband kept pumping her up with all the babies, and she was a nurse, and then she ended up being a stay-at-home mom, and then she just lost it one day. But she was dealing with postpartum depression, and she drowned all those kids. I think it was like, I don't know if it was 5 kids. She drowned all of them. And now today she sits, and she didn't do anything to herself. She's sitting in a mental institution, and he went on to marry somebody else and have more babies. And
So he was just pretty much about her having babies and just keeping her pregnant and barefoot, pretty much.
Right. And then she was a nurse. She was actually a nurse, went to school, had an educational career. And now I can't even use my career. Now I'm stuck at home, and now I'm dealing with postpartum depression, and nobody's seeking and treating this. And you just pumping me up with more babies. And now he's out here living his life, and he's went on by this business and got married. I think a year, it wasn't even a year. I think he was married again. Angela said, I don't know how old the kids are, but for them to someday read these last words from her, that is, it's sad. You know, I just think it's selfish. And I think sometimes we don't think, when we put ourselves in situations and becoming parents and things like that, you know. So you know, my heart do go out to her, but my heart really goes out to those kids because now they're a burden on somebody.
They I wouldn't necessarily say a burden. It depends on who gets the kids to say it's a burden or it's a blessing. It just depends on who gets the children.
Hopefully it's a blessing. Hopefully it's a blessing. We're gonna pray it's a blessing. Because when I say burden, meaning that grandma was out popping like Lady Nika say, popping it for a real nigga. Granny was at the club she was popping it for a real nigga. She ain't got time to babysit no kids. You know, so
now, but I feel like now she wish if that is grandma who got the kids, now she gonna wish she would have got them kids when her mom or the daughter said something. You know, so now it's gonna be on her conscience if you look at it that way. If it is the grandma,
especially if she reached out for help, I agree. Especially if she reached out for help. So I do appreciate you putting that. There's a national and local depression hotline for anybody that's experiencing any, you know, depression and you feeling suicidal and everything. You know, look into that and get some help.
Let me get that number too. Hold on. The S word hotline.
Yeah, just put that one in there too.
So what do you guys think? I know some of y'all giving y'all commentary now as far as
they got quiet on this. The only one talking was Andrew now.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't feel no type of way. Nah, let me stop. I know everybody feels some type of way about that.
Yeah, that's a kind of deep one. And I was looking at the stories. Not the stories. I was looking at the comments, and nobody really was ragging on her. They was really just saying, you know, it is crazy that you can't get help. And I tell people all the time with sickle cell and raising 3 kids, single parent. I did it. I did it working all times of night. Had to have a safe place to bring me and my girls. You know, and it's not easy. Yeah. Had I ever felt like, I never felt like I didn't want to be here. Sometimes I probably felt like I didn't want to be responsible.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
It didn't go to the point of wanting to, you know,
run away
not
from
be here. It was. Right. It's a Well, I don't know. I might want to. Well, see, I don't know how to. I want to share this rap now.
I'm gonna jump off camera just for a hot second. I didn't plug my laptop up.
Okay. But I want to share share the screen. Well, I don't know if I want to show her video, but I'll probably just play the audio of it. But I heard her rapping this, and her name on Instagram is Bricky BRIKI _ Bricky for president. So BRIKI _ FA _ president.
Yeah,
yeah, and I think you did like her video. But I want you guys to hear, because as soon as I saw this story, it's crazy that her video came up in my timeline, and she's a brand new mommy. So her son is not even 6 months old, I don't think. And she's battling depression right now. And people were like, oh, where's her husband? Where's this? Where's that? You can feel so empty and alone in a crowd full of people. You ask where somebody's husband at when they're telling you that they're facing postpartum depression and all of this other stuff. Now, she's not saying she was suicidal or anything like that. She had to come out and reiterate that, because it was people, because of something that she said in the song. It was people that came back and you know, they were like, oh my God, she want to offer herself, and she was like, no, that's not what she meant. But I want to play this so so y'all can hear. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, let's roll. TC has a unpopular opinion once you finish. So maybe she can get it in the chat.
Okay. And it's cussing.
Shit is crazy, got this had a baby, got me feeling lazy. What I'm supposed to do, trying to keep it cool, but I'm burning up. The perfect fucking no turning up. Got people saying how I'm supposed to feel. Mad as fuck, cause I post the real. Tell me what's the deal if you can't express. Tell me how to feel if I feel depressed. I'm stressed out and my mental side. Tell me smoke the blunt, just take a ride. Tell me how that feel if you wanna die. And all the fuck you can do is ride. Look side to side, but it's just me. Why this pussy devil trying to frisk me? All this negativity just bliss me. And all the fuck they gon' take if they miss me. I'm down as fuck and I'm not playing. Don't think the shit that I'm bitch sad. Postpartum harder than a bitch, man. I spin it down like a smush hat. If there's any other woman feel like me, don't call it back. Please come and speak. Know a lot of women out there in need. I rather cry than to see us bleed postpartum. Postpartum.
So she did that video sitting in her car with her newborn son. So I'll show y'all the picture. So that's her with her son, and she's an Instagram influencer. She's a rapper. She's in New Orleans or whatnot. But it's more women out there that are facing this same thing. So she's facing postpartum depression because after having a baby. But depression is depression, and so please get help, you guys. If you need it, get help. She said, what did she say? She was saying that she's facing postpartum. The devil is trying to get her mind or whatnot. And people saying, what did she say? People, think about suicide and everything, but she's not thinking about that. But everybody's pretty much telling her to be strong, and she's not supposed to feel the way that she's feeling. But how can you tell her that, when she's facing postpartum? And she's asking, are there any other mothers out there that feel the way that she feels? I'll put the link to it in the chat if y'all want to go over there and listen for yourself. If you need to listen a little slower, because I know it would have been easier if you can see it, but you know how it is on my thing. I don't know how to make the sound play, child, on Instagram. So whatever.
You know what? My laptop was doing that earlier, and then I finally got it to work. So this is my thing. I haven't researched postpartum depression. So I wonder, from what I've been seeing, everybody that I hear say that they experience postpartum, I think it's like older mothers. When I say older mothers, I want to say 30s on up. I know you can get it younger, probably like 25 and younger. Or
well, postpartum is after a baby,
right? So, but I'm saying
but it's younger people that experience it as well. But I do think they may be like the other girl, Livy. It's subtle things that they may say or whatnot, but even they don't know what it is, So I think more younger people may be experiencing it, but they don't know what it is because not a lot of people are out here saying, "Look at me, I got depression." So you can't pinpoint like, "Oh, well, I have the same symptoms that she has. Or I have this, I have that." You don't know what to look or where to look when you don't know what it is. So
look at that. Do you think mothers have challenges with depression before postpartum? I think so. It may be mild. It could be very mild. Because my thing is I follow Bricky. And I remember before she got with that guy, it seemed like she didn't want to have kids. And I know she's in her 30s. I think she's in early 30s. And like I say, I never dealt with that, so I don't want to judge. And I think sometimes this is the sharing culture. We overshare. We share too much. So I think with her having a little money, maybe she should have seek help first. I'm not saying that her coming to social media, I don't know am I freezing?
Yeah, but I can still hear you.
Okay. So I don't know if with her coming to social media is telling somebody else, hey, I'm going through this. How about you? And we can share, or just go ahead and get into a group and share there, because there are groups with postpartum, so you can share it, so you're not alone. And then I wonder if, how some mothers could have, if the dad is kind of like clingy. How like sometimes when the mother is clingy to the baby, and the dad gets jealous. So it could be the same way with the dad clinging to the baby, then the mom feels left out, even though you have the biggest role in the baby's life.
Well, I think from what I've seen, from what she's posted and shared, and I know you say you follow her for a long time, but Bricky has always wanted kids. Okay, I've never seen her where she never did, but she has always wanted children, and I think she had a hard time having kids. And she's always been overweight, but now she's gotten her weight under control after she had the baby. But she's always wanted children, and when she was blessed to get pregnant, it was a feat, you know what I'm saying? But it was beautiful at the same time, and she did share. And the reason why I think she shared on her platform, because it's easier for you to speak out. Let me see how many followers she has. 322,000 people. That's a group, honey. Because she said when she came out, other people were inboxing her or messaging her, and I think she might have said something before on her story, but I didn't see it because she said other people had been messaging her about their postpartum, depression issues and everything, and so they were trying to give her advice. So when she made this song, she started getting even more people coming to her and asking her. But then you have people in the comments, oh, well, she looked so happy. You have to put on the face. You feel like you have to put on the face. So nobody won't ask you what's wrong. Because in that moment, when somebody asks you what's wrong with you, all of a sudden, child, I mean, you just start crying. It's just like all of your emotions just flow out. So, but I think I like that she did share it the way she did, because people will look at her, they'll look at Super, they'll look at BB Judy, they'll look at all of these Instagram influencers and see their money, but that's all that they see. They don't see the issues that come along with it. That's just like Robin Williams. He killed himself. He was suicidal. And what's the other lady? Anthony Bourdain killed himself. So all of these people with money that killed themselves. So we feel like we see, it's just what we see on the surface, but we never know what these people are going through on the inside. But when we find out, the first thing people say, but when she got money, how she can't be happy? What?
Right, money don't make you happy. Like I say, more money, more problems. And so you put it that way, I agree. And I always thought, because when she was with the little slim guy from a long time ago, they had been. I just never got that deep in. I would always see her friends with kids, so I thought maybe she didn't want to have kids. So I didn't know, but it was a beautiful experience. I did follow the journey, the pregnancy journey, and she was excited. She was happy. And it could be overwhelming being a new mother, and if you got help or not. So I get it, I get it. And then I do agree with you. I guess it was right for her to come out and share and put it in a song. And you never know how many other people that may be experiencing something don't know what it is. And then they can talk to somebody about it, and they won't hurt themselves.
Now, TC said, do you think people experience bouts of depression before they got pregnant and had a child? Yes, I do. And, like we said, sometimes it may intensify afterwards, but not everyone that experiences postpartum was depressed before that. So, because I
agree with this virtual support is cute. However, people still need human interaction and touch. I agree. I still feel like she should go and talk to a professional.
Yeah, and I'm sure after this, she may be talking to somebody, but I think her telling everyone is her also helping somebody else, because I get a little churchy sometimes, but your testimony is not for yourself, it's for somebody else. So if she was to keep that inside and only show cute pictures of her baby, her and her husband and the baby smiling, nobody will never know, hey, I'm normal too. I go through too. Yeah, you see me with this happy exterior, but look at me now. This is what I'm going through. So she may be in therapy, but this is her way of telling everybody else, look, you're not the only one going through it. I'm going through it too. Let's help each other. So I don't think it's more so that she doesn't have human interaction, because we see her videos and she's around a bunch of people all the time. So she's not just by herself. She's around a bunch of people all the time. But like I said, when you're depressed, even in a room full of people, it's just you. It's just you. You feel like you by yourself. So
Angela say, even if you want plan for kids, it hits different when reality sets in. Your life will change when you have kids. You're right about that. It's not about you anymore. It's about those kids. And those kids always come before you.
That's right. So we're gonna go on to the next one, honey. Lord Jesus. If you need help, get help. I put the numbers in the chat. So do what you need to do. Are you still there? Okay, I had to my screen.
Yeah, I had
it's your store. Oh, you is frozen. But go ahead.
That was me closing a tab. Hold on.
Okay. How about say you frozen?
Trying to get some of the tabs out so I won't open up the wrong one.
Oh, and this is your story. Well, not your story, but it's your turn. And I think this girl name was Larry. Her daddy name had to be Larry, child.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get the sound.
Was it a video?
Yes, a video. Now see my sound acting up. You didn't jinx my sound.
Oh Lord, do I need to share it?
No, I might have to just read it then, because that's what it was doing when I click on it.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
But it was doing it early, and then I got it to work. So let's go ahead and read. Lauren.
Child, Lariana,
Yeah,
her daddy name
Larry. Look, I'm gonna name her something else. Lariana Jackson, an 18-year-old, assaulted a disabled teacher for a viral TikTok challenge. Charged with second-degree felony battery for hitting her disabled 64-year-old teacher for a viral TikTok challenge was called Slap a Teacher. She's facing up to 10 years in prison. My thing is, do y'all think this that I don't even want to call it a crime, but do you think this fits this punishment?
You don't want to call it a crime.
Y'all don't want to call it a crime.
It is a crime. She assaulted somebody. What you mean?
She just hit the teacher.
That's a crime. That's a person, and the person she was disabled. Girl, what is wrong with you, Polo?
She just a baby.
She is 18 years old. That ain't no baby. She is not no baby. She knew what she was doing. Look at that smirk on her face. She knew what she was doing. Don't play. No, we ain't giving her that now.
She might be slow.
No, ain't no slow.
She just wanted to make a TikTok video. It said slap the teacher.
No, see what it is. Okay, because I know you don't have young kids no more. So what these children are doing now, they have these TikTok challenges where they have to do them at school. So what they had maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they had you pull the fire alarm at the school. Boom, you do that. All right, they do that. So you have to film yourself, hashtag whatever challenge it is, and put it up there on TikTok. So then it was something else involving school. Oh, damaged school property. You have to film yourself doing that and post it on TikTok. This one here, slap a teacher. You have to film yourself slapping the teacher and you post it on TikTok. Now, in the area that I know of and that I'm in, honey, our sheriff came out, honey, with all his goons and said, try it if you want to. They're taking any and everybody out of school and you going to jail. It ain't no ifs, ands, no buts about it. You slap a teacher, you damage property, you pull that fire alarm, and it was people that was calling in bomb threats. Now, this is a joke. One school, within a week, them kids called in 10 bomb threats. And every bomb threat, they have to, all the kids got to go outside to the field. Your parents got to come off work and they got to collect their kids off of the school campus. And so, listen, the sheriffs here say, no, they ain't doing that. They're going to collect your child and they're going to jail and they will be charged. So what she got, she deserved. Okay? She ain't slow. She was just too slow to get her fat behind away from that darn camera so they couldn't see her. That's what that was.
She was filming it.
She was what?
She was filming it. So
I
don't think just for slapping a teacher 10 years.
Does she slap a disabled? You can go to jail for slapping somebody with glasses on, baby. You think you can't get in trouble for slapping a disabled person? That's assault. Okay, that ain't no joke. I don't care if it is a challenge. That is not a joke. Because what if somebody came up and slapped your mama? What would you do?
Right.
Oh, okay, girl. Like look, I got hot real quick. You talking about 10 years?
I knew how to fire you up. TC say
one thing. I need to turn this fan on, y'all. I got hot.
TC say one thing for certain and two things for sure. She hit me. There will be only 2 hits. I hit her and she will hit the floor permanently. Sure.
Exactly.
They need to come out with a slap your mama challenge and see how many of these kids be laid up in the hospital.
Baby, you still going to jail. Let me see what second degree felony battery in her role for the TikTok assault. Let me see. It was another one. Darren, what was the charge called? Charged with felony second degree battery and cruelty to the infirmed. Okay. Arraignment is December 8th. at 9 o'clock.
I wonder was a teacher in a wheelchair or on a cane, so how did we just got disabled out of that? But
she was disabled.
I didn't want to just call it a crime, so I just said do 10 years for slapping.
Girl, they said felony.
I can see 5.
Assault.
5.
She got 2 felony charges though, Polo. This ain't no just. So she slapped her. She poked her in the eye. She slapped the teacher. And then they said the lady had issues. Let me see what these people said. They said the teacher, something happened to the teacher. The teacher who currently remains unidentified had to seek medical attention. Come on now.
You're right. TC said she slapped, assaulted, and filmed it too. She should get life for being dumb enough to film it.
Thank you, TC.
She called
Polo tripping. Okay. Come get your bro. Okay. Polo tripping on this because I can't.
I think 10 years too much. Just give her 2.
Why is it too much? Please tell me why. And please make it rational. Hey, Sephora. Hey, twin. Make it rational. Why do you think 10 years is too much?
You know, remember that thing say, do it for the gram. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the gram.
Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Yeah, do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it.
So she got, peer pressure. She had to go get that TikTok video.
Peer pressure by who? That was voluntary.
And Miss Polo, little teacher, just caught the blunt end of it. Maybe she wasn't the calculus that day. She wouldn't
girl,
have
you gonna make me put his hair off. I am hot, child.
Look at
she not TC. She dead serious about that thing. She is over here trying to make sense out of no sense. Okay. And I said no sense instead of nonsense. Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think 10 years. I think if she was a white little girl, sorry to say it, if she was a white little girl, she had slapped Mrs. Smith, black lady, she would not have got 10 years.
It don't matter. I don't care what color she is. She deserves whatever she gets.
But I'm just being real. I think
we ain't bringing no race into this. We ain't bringing race into it.
Color her skin up them charges.
Nope. We ain't bringing race into this. It don't matter that she a black girl. The fact that she committed a crime, knowingly committed a crime.
Sally Miss Jackson. Sally would not be getting 10 years.
I don't care. No, she knowingly committed a crime, so she deserved all the time. Period.
Okay. Well,
let's go to the next story.
Next story. Next case.
Okay. Hey, we should have had that sound. Next case.
Next case.
Oh, I am weak, honey. She's talking about 10 years. If you don't go somewhere with that girl. Okay, child. So our next one, let me see if you pull up the right one first.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. I got it in order.
Which one you got? Willie?
You gave me 2.
Okay. So the first one, let me pull it up. So Willie Taylor, we know, is from the group. Child, what was he from?
Day 26.
Day 26? I thought he was from something else. Oh,
the former member of Day 26.
Okay, so Willie, let me open up this other one first because I opened up the wrong one. So Willie Taylor, of Day 26, he said he had to leave his wife and his kids to get peace, right? So I'm gonna read you guys what he said on his Instagram or whatnot, and then we're gonna ask you guys how you feel about this. So he says, I have always felt in control of my mind until I lost my father, my best friend, and without mourning, I had to show up every day as my full self, the provider, the husband and father, but mentally I was just a shell that held a 30% version of myself, still trying to stand strong and deny the fact that mentally I'm a wreck. I began to become more emotional and angry. I was losing my own identity. I no longer knew what I was capable of saying or doing. Everybody won't understand the moves that you have to make for you, and some won't even know how to handle you in this trying season of your life. But please don't lose yourself. I understand more now than ever how important mental health is, and I'm praying for anybody going through it, looking up to where all my blessings come from. Love 100. And his wife said, you're weird AF to think anything you're doing is okay and got a guy capturing your break for a photo op. You a special kind of person. So
Wow.
can you play the video so because it clarifies why? Because his wife was pretty much like, boy, bye. Like whatever you talking about is not, it ain't what you claiming it to be or whatnot. But can you play the sound or no? If you
Let me
can't
see.
play
Can
the
I get
sound,
it?
I'll play it
You know, my
on.
Instagram was tripping. Hopefully, let me get this one.
If it can't, then I'll play the audio on my phone off my phone.
Oh, I got the wrong one. Why am I
But
jumping?
I need they got to hear what he said for him.
I didn't jump to the next story. Hold on. Let's go. Let me try it one more time. Cause you know I'm losing my. I don't know why my Instagram is tripping like that.
I don't know either, but
Okay, here you go. For some reason, they jumping out of order. Here we go. Oh, that's the same one.
Who? Girl,
Hold on,
you
y'all.
need
Hold on. I'm gonna get it up. Even if I can't play it, I can show it to you. Hold on.
look at that. Look at TC talking about who is day 26. Okay, girl.
That was a P Diddy group, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know who it is, but I forgot. Girl, I thought he was with I know he went with Pretty Ricky, but
Yeah, they jumped all my stuff out of order.
but while she's doing that, it said that he hopped on live to clarify a few things after his wife Shonda claimed he left her and their 4 children.
Okay, there you go.
Can the sound is the sound gonna be able to play?
Hold on. Can you see it?
I can see it, but the sound not gonna play.
Hold on. I don't think so. You're gonna probably have to play it.
Okay.
There you go.
She hit me for money and the money was sent.
Mute
Kids are good,
yourself.
but I will not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it. Y'all like toxic. You do. You like toxic. Yeah, so I didn't want to die, guys. So I didn't want to die. So I came to get some peace. So, Sedona Mountains. I love my family. Sometimes you need a break. This break is for me. I don't want to lose myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my peace. Everybody is taken care of. She hit me for money and the money was sent. The kids are good, but I will not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it.
It was another slide. You can't slide over or no?
Yeah, so I didn't want to die, guys. So
No, you got to slide over to the other one.
So I came to get some peace.
Can you slide over to the other one or no? Can you hear me, girl? Oh, there you go.
You do. That's why y'all follow that. That's why y'all jump to conclusions the first time y'all hear somebody say something. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. As soon as somebody tell y'all something, y'all want to paint the man to be the bad guy. Dude, I did absolutely nothing, and I prayed about it. I begged about it, and it was no changes. What you want me to do? I have to leave. I have to get my mind together because I don't want things to go left. My kingdom is too big for me to let it fold because of somebody else. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. You know, so I would have never took this to the internet. I think it's really toxic to take it to the internet because the text messages were enough, but they were still toxic. But I was trying to get those to change. But since people don't get the way that they want, then they go and they bring it to you guys, which I think is very immature. And I feel like, you know, it should never be. But I'm not going to go back and forth, man. I wish. That's it. That's all. I love my family. Sometimes you need a break. This break is for me. I don't want to lose myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my peace. Everybody is taken care of.
Okay.
She hit me for money and the money was sent.
I think it was another one, but nevertheless, that y'all get the gist of it. So my question is, and because people feel like men are just brick walls that cannot be torn down, as though they don't have issues, they can't suffer from depression, they can't be broken down and mentally bruised. And so she was like, oh, well, how dare you leave your family pretty much. Oh, you got somebody else taking a picture of you for a photo op or whatever it is she was saying. She went to the internet first um, about this whole situation, and then he put his post up about how he felt broken and he needed to get away, and then he came out with the video or whatnot. But I feel like as a wife, especially as a wife, but like you said, sometimes we overshare. But as a wife, if your husband is telling you things like that, especially after he lost his dad and like you say, best friend and things of that nature, and you still not um you can't discern that about your husband, especially with y'all being together for a while. But then it's like you get on the internet and you put him down for him saying, I need a mental break. This goes back. And it correlates with what the girl did. So she wasn't able to leave, but he was able to leave. Like he said, he didn't want to die. He needed peace, so he left to get peace. But if people think, well, if you're going to get peace and you shouldn't be on social media, we don't. That I feel like that's a stupid thing. That's just like people say, well, if you grieving, why are you on Instagram? Why are you on YouTube? That may be their way of grieving. But he wasn't on there telling everyone, this is my issue. My wife is the issue. No, she came on saying her husband was. But even in the midst of him being out in peace, he said he was still taking care of his family because when she needed money, he gave it to her. So it wasn't like he was out of touch with his family because she had to call him or message him or something for him to know that she needed money. But I just feel like it's selfish. And I'm gonna drop the link in the chat of the article. I feel like it was selfish of her to get on social media and just blast that as though, like, I guess blast him. I don't feel like it's selfish for him to do that. But what do you think, Polo? And what do y'all think, Chad?
I don't think it's selfish, and I think that by him saying the relationship is toxic, it's understandable that he needs to probably get away to clear himself up. He been and pulled a drive-by and killed everybody in there. So I don't think she should have put him down. What she should have did was be there to support him.
Right.
Excuse me. Probably the support that she wasn't giving him from the beginning. That's why he dipped out and did what he did. So if she probably would not have took it to Instagram and been supportive, you never know. Once he got his head clear, they could have worked it out. But everybody deals with death different and loss different. And for her to go on, and I bet you the main thing she thought he was with a woman, and that's who was taking the pictures. TC say honestly, he no longer resides in his own temple. He needs years for peace and recovery.
Yeah, I mean, but
Taylor, Sephora.
As a wife, as a partner, are you willing to allow your partner to go away for peace? Because I know husbands and wives been married for 15 years and they never lived in a house together. They have separate houses around the corner from each other. I thought that was pretty weird, but it's actually two couples. Two of my clients, they're two couples, and that's how they've been. They've never lived in a house with each other. He'll come stay, and then she'll stay at his house. But they feel like for them, that's how they've been able to stay married for so long is because they are not
like this
all the time.
They like their space. But you know what? That reminds me when I grew up, my grandparents didn't sleep in the same room. My granddaddy had his room. My grandmother had her room. She come up in the front. I ain't never seen her in the bed with him. She come up in the front. She might sit and she had a little chair in his room. She sit in the room and shoot the shit with him for a little bit. She gone back in her room. Common areas for them, kitchen. Or she cooking, they eat dinner together. TC said, I wish him all the best. He is in a nice area for recovery. Sedona is nature
extraordinary. Yeah.
I ain't got my readers on.
She said, I agree with you both. These folks call themselves blasting people on social media is pathetic. It really, but the thing is, TC, not blasting people. You blast your husband or you blast your wife. That's what I don't get. Or you blast your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And you're going to go back. You're going to go back. So what's the point of you bringing it all out? Like, that's stupid to me. That's
now
like
everybody know your business. Everybody know your business. everybody gonna be judgmental. Oh, she's
Hey,
stupid.
Voodoo.
And then you got people looking upside. You're right. How
Yeah.
you doing, Voodoo?
I just wish him, hey Voodoo, I just wish him peace, serenity, cleansing, refreshing, renewal, and every other invigoration. You know, I wish him everything that he can get to be able to get back into that place of peace where he can enjoy his wife, where he can enjoy his children, enjoy his life. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy his life first. He needs to enjoy him first before wife, before kids. Enjoy you first, because if you're not happy with you and who you are, this is what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? And and a lot of times it has nothing to do with the other person. My happiness is not predicated upon somebody else being next to me. If I'm not happy with me first, how in the hell can I make somebody else happy, or somebody else be able to make me happy? If I can't make me happy first, nothing you say or do to me is going to stand, or do for me is going to stand, because I'm not happy with self. And so he became that unhappy person. When he said he was only a 30% version of himself, that's not even half of you.
Not even.
So I hope he do
You
get the
know,
help that he needs.
she's gonna take it as he's being selfish.
Yep.
You're leaving me here with all these kids, and you over there out there in the desert, and you taking photo ops. She's gonna use it like that instead of just being patient with him, and just being patient and just letting him get it together. Because, like you say, I can't be no good for you if I'm no good for myself.
That's right. So I hope she gets it together. And TC says she believes in double domicile. Yes, sir. She believes in it. So we're going to pray that he gets it together. Again, if you're somebody that feels like you're in a depressed state, a depressed mode, please, if you need to call a 1-800 number or call somebody that you know and trust to help you, please do so before you get to a place where you can't come back from. So, yeah, that's that. What's next, child? Listen, okay, so I think we came halfway through. Can you go ahead and hit him with that intermission real quick? Because I need to get something to drink and I need to turn this fan off. It's hot.
Oh, they dancing.
And we're back. Okay, look, down there jigging.
Yeah, water break. You ready? You on mute. Okay, I got you. I see you shake your head. So our next story. How I get back to his story? Oh Lord, hold on. You know what? This is weird because last week I put them all in order and I went into order.
Lord, and here you go. Everything is just all out of break, all out of.
It just jumped out of order, and I slid them into order.
But when you exit out of it, it should slide over.
And you know what? I don't even know how I got to this page because this is not where I need to be.
Go back to your email and do it. That's why I've been pulling it up from, so we won't have all those tabs up there.
You know what? That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Make it a little easier. So you want me to introduce the next story? I got to pull it up.
Now I'm pulling it up right now because I got it in order.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight and for your interactions. We really appreciate you guys interacting back, with us as we go along with our stories. And we try to, before she starts talking, well, for me, I would say, I think we choose stories that are not necessarily in the headlines all the time, so to speak. Yeah, it may be on Instagram, but you don't see it like on the major news networks. Because we see all this stuff with the celebrities, they getting all this shine, all this fame. But honey, sometimes the little backwoods people need some shine too, so we're gonna try to bring them a little piece of shine, even if it's just over here on this little corner of YouTube right now. But go ahead.
All right. Black woman stabbed and tortured for 4 hours by a colleague who had feelings for her. She had to lie and say she shared similar feelings to save her own life. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
So, the lady, she fell in love with the black woman, which was her colleague, and the lady invited her over, and she got to stabbing her and everything and torturing her, and she actually had to lie and tell the lady that she had the same mutual feelings, so the lady could go ahead and call the police. Then she even told her, call the police and tell them that you found me like this. And when the police got there, they ended up seeing that it was no forced entry, and they arrested her. So she got arrested on multiple charges. She originally pled not guilty to a 2019 attack, and she pled not guilty to 9 charges related to this incident. I think that's why.
She pled guilty. Last week she pled guilty.
Okay, so I put not. Okay, that was my bad. That's my typo.
No, originally she did plead not guilty in 2019, but last week she pled guilty to the 9 charges.
Oh, she crazy.
Yeah, she gonna be facing up to 12 years in prison, child.
Yeah, she pled guilty. You're right. Pled guilty to the 9 charges related to the attack. She'll be facing up to 12 years in prison. And everybody asking your thoughts. Somebody said, "What in the fuck?" Thank God the lady survived. What the fuck? Throw this bitch under the jail. Somebody said, "Give her the chair." They say, "What is happening? People really losing their minds." And then somebody said, "Only 12 years." And somebody said 12 years. Isn't that kidnapping and attempted murder? That doesn't seem just at all. I'm sorry. I don't see how it's kidnapping and she invited her over.
Yeah, but it's oh Lord, they call it, oh God, it's pretty much involuntary not involuntary. Oh God, they called it that. Okay, I used to work at a convenience store, and if somebody was stealing out of the store, we couldn't lock them in the store. We just had to call the cops and let them out. We couldn't lock, even though they came over, they're in our place, yeah. And it's almost like, oh, we inviting you in because you let the door open. The doors are left open for you to come in. But if they started to steal something out of the store, we could not lock the door and put them in there. We could be charged with kidnapping. So they are right. So she came in there and she would not let her leave. Yeah, it's her house, but she would not allow the lady to leave. And then they said for hours she was poking her with a fire thing, with shears. What else did they say? Because this lady was hitting her with some things.
She was torturing her for four
hours. A rock, fire poking, and garden shears for 4 hours.
What's the name of that? What was that crazy movie? Single White Female.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what she crazy. I mean, you like it, that lady that bad, and you come over there and torture and then you did this before. So something is mentally. We got a lot of mental cases tonight.
Okay, I didn't even realize that.
We got a lot.
Lord, I didn't realize that until now. Just going through reading all of it together, it's like, oh, we done picked some crazy people.
TC say, now this is some bullshit. Angela said, I looked away for a minute and thought you must be reading voodoo comments.
Yeah, you know
voodoo comments.
No, she said because voodoo like that type of stuff. You know, we was watch night when the lady was doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Voodoo like that type of stuff, girl. Hey, girl, I know she listening, but hey.
Yeah, she in the car. Now this is crazy. Now that do sound like something I want the movies for movie night. Because
Yeah,
how do you do something like that?
You come over to
But
the
I am
house,
glad
hey,
the lady
girl.
survived.
Huh?
I'm glad the lady survived. I'm
I'm
glad the
glad
lady
she did
survived.
too. She had what does that say? She had broken bones. Her eye. She had suffered broken bones in her nose and her eye area, and numerous lacerations and puncture wounds on her head and face. This lady was crazy. But she
You
had
see
to
what
tell the
TC
lady she
said?
loved her in order for it to be all right, for her to be gone.
And give her a plan. And she had to give her a plan so that she could call the police. That's the only way she got her out of there. TC
And the
said, once
fact,
again, I can look at this lady eyes and that she was 2 fries short of a Happy Meal.
okay, and the fact that the lady actually fell for the plan and called the police and say, she was gonna say that she found the lady there like that. Girl.
They asked her why was she full of blood, and she said, I was holding her. So you sat there
Oh
and
yeah.
actually held her because you really was infatuated. I don't think this lady led her on. I just think she was just batshit crazy.
No, you ain't got to lead nobody on for them to be infatuated with you. You can just be nice to people, and they'll think that you trying to flirt with them more. She said this
TC
sister looked like
said
she
the sister looked like she was manipulative.
now we ain't gonna put this on that lady. She was just being nice and invited that girl over to her house. TC, don't you start that.
But why
That
she
lady ain't
invite her
did
over to her
nothing.
house?
Huh?
Why did she invite her over to her house?
She was a friend. She was a colleague. Don't you ain't never invite your colleagues over to your place?
Nah, we're gonna have to go meet in public.
You see how these older people, when you see that's the older people, whatnot, but they invite you over for pie in a minute.
Yeah. She probably was at work. She probably was nice and
yeah, and I don't think she knew. The lady didn't know she felt like that about her until she got over there, and now you expressing that to you. I don't think she would have invited her over there knowing that. That's like her leading her on. I know you like me like that, but I'm going to invite you to my house. Heck no. Mm-mm. But she found her way in. She invited her over. Hey, okay, Angela, infatuated girl. I
that
done
was
had
that. I don't want that kind of infatuation because
no, I done had a few
almost
stalkers in my life. I ain't trying to go back there.
she's gonna be disfigured from all that, and probably it's gonna be kind of mental.
She already mental, but okay.
No, I'm talking about the sister.
Oh yeah.
May be mental.
Ain't no way. I can't. But yeah, that was that one, honey. Lord. Okay, on to the next one.
All right, let's go.
Ooh, child. So this me. You got
Yeah, I
it.
can do this one if you want to.
I started. I don't have no issue.
Oh yeah, because the next one is mine. Hold on. That I like. I mean that I've been researching.
Yeah, your backyard. So this story, child, is about Floyd Mayweather, honey. Floyd Mayweather allegedly rejected a man's request for a picture because he had painted nails. Okay, you got the video, right?
You know what? I do have the video.
Yes, just slide over to the next slide.
Now look, I'm bouncing.
It ain't gonna play. Yeah, yours be bouncing. That's how mine.
Yeah, bro, wait the
Let it play again.
You guys saw that first, bro. Floyd doesn't want to take a photo of me because my nails are painted. Bro, really?
You got painted nails. You can't. I'm not taking a picture of a guy with no painted nails. Hey.
Yeah, bro. Wait the
All right, that was. It's gonna go back over to what he said.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going back over. Read some of the comments real quick for
John Key, which is I don't know if y'all heard that song, The South Side. Kiki from Houston, he said, I understand. And he gonna throw up the hands. And then somebody say, let me guess, they're gonna try to cancel him now. Hold on, I'm sliding up instead of getting to my question.
Mr. Unforgettable says Boosie will be proud. Somebody else said can't get mad at him.
Right.
And somebody Blackjack say, I mean, he do have a choice. Another person say he keeping it a buck. All respect for Floyd. Somebody else say, shoot, I wouldn't either.
Somebody say his choice.
Right. Okay, so do you want to give your opinion? You want me to go first?
You can go.
Okay. I don't blame him. It's his choice. Like, I really don't understand why people feel like they can push up on you and that you don't have a right to say no for whatever reason. If I came up to him and said, I want to take a picture with you, and he said, heck no, girl, you got on glasses. I don't want to take no picture with you. Am I then supposed to be like, oh my God, he discriminating and y'all see that I got on glasses and he don't want to take pictures with nobody with glasses on? Like, I really feel like it's just too much. Exactly, TC. What's the issue? None. Everybody just recording stuff just to record it, to put it up, to say that they have been discriminated against or they've been wronged or what. That is that man's privilege to say, I don't want to take a picture with you for whatever reason. And his reason, whatever his reason is valid. It's his reason. That's his personal space, and he does not have to take a picture with you. Like, it's so stupid, this whole cancel culture. I don't know they're trying to cancel him, but I'm just saying, if that was the case, you want to cancel somebody because they don't want to take a picture with you, get out your feelings, okay? These celebrities do not have to take pictures with nobody. That's not their job. They don't have to do that unless you pay for a meet and greet, and then you stand next to this person, and because you paid for this picture opportunity, then that's when you get your picture. Otherwise, this man was in public, walking past you, you come up with your camera already before you even asked to take a picture. You already had your camera out. That's disrespectful in my eyes. If the person did not say it's okay for you to take a picture or do a video, then get out their face. Celebrity or not, when you're invading their personal space like that, I can see if you were away and you did the video in the camera in the picture, but when you're starting to invade someone's personal space and you trying to get there with them and take a picture, I feel like you should ask before you just pull your camera up in front of them like that. That's just me. But go ahead. I might have something else to say, but go ahead.
Now, I agree with you on that because he actually had his phone in record mode already, but for him to be able to catch the whole thing. So he actually went later and he made another video.
Okay.
He made another video and he said that he was calling Floyd homophobic. Okay, so it said he shared another video calling Floyd homophobic. Floyd's rebuttal was that he was not homophobic, but he was in a hurry to leave the NBA stadium. Then fans started to tweet that Floyd's photo refusal reeks of fragile masculinity. So what I'm going to say is, no, you was not trying to leave the venue because you actually stopped to observe him and you noticed he had nail polish on and you made a comment. What it is your choice, but the comment was taken.
So because he said, I don't want to take a picture with you because you got on fingernail polish.
You should have just left.
Why not? So why did the guy walk up to him with his camera phone already out and trying to take a picture? He shouldn't have did that.
He was wrong because did you expect something to happen because you walked up with the phone recording? You was already recording. So when you asked to take a selfie, you were already recording. For you to get anything that happened prior to him saying what he said, you was already recording. So you had everything, the approach, everything. So yeah, that was wrong. But it was still wrong for Floyd to say that do sound kind of homophobic or like they say, a fragile masculinity.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that he is homophobic.
No, I'm just saying I don't agree.
People will use it because now your excuse, your rebuttal is, I just wanted to leave. I was ready to go. I was in a hurry. If you was in such a hurry, don't say nothing. Just leave.
No, now then if he would have turned around, if he wouldn't have said nothing, the dude would have still called him a name or whatever it is. He would have called him a name for ignoring him. So it's like he darn if he do, he darn if he don't. If Floyd would have just kept walking and not even acknowledged him, that guy would have said, well, I know he heard me. I was right here over his shoulder. He could have turned around and took a picture with me.
Right.
So it's like the man, the darn if he do, he darn if he don't. But I just feel like everything is not considered homophobic. I really feel like that. It's not fair that if I don't agree with something that you say or something that you do, now is that, and people use homophobic in all out of context, because phobia means you have a fear of something. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't agree with something does not mean I have a fear of it. I don't care if it's whatever phobia it could be. Just because I may not agree with it does not mean I'm afraid of it. And people use those words out of context and just in the wrong way to incite other people to be mad. And that's just what I feel like that's what he did. He just did that and called him a homophobic slur, or what? Well, not a homophobic slur, but he called him a name. He called him a B word. That's why they blurted out the cuss word. He said that he was a B. Huh?
Who called who? The guy did or Floyd?
The guy called. He said Floyd is a B. That's why you didn't hear them bleep out the cuss words. If they, especially on Shade Room and all of those, they don't play cuss words on there. So they bleeped out the cuss word when he said Floyd is a B. And then that's when he came back and said, well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. He said he didn't want to take a picture with me because I have on fingernail polish or whatever.
You made a big deal of it.
Yeah.
You know go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is what I'm going to say. You are a star, okay? You're a star. And you can't dictate who likes you, who likes your line of work. So, are you going to actually sit and pick out who you take a picture with because they got on fingernail polish, or a man might got a long earring on, or a lady, she might have on masculine clothes? I think it's bullshit. I'm not saying
you're asking to be
homophobic, but I'm saying the comment he made, he could have kept it to himself. He could have just said, "No, I'm not taking." If there was an issue because the man had fingernail polish on, he could have said, "No, man, I'm not gonna take no pictures today." That comment, it wasn't called.
You're asking to be in his personal space. He has a right to say no for whatever reason.
He could have just said no.
You saying he shouldn't have said, but you're saying he shouldn't have said whatever it was that he said. Well, then the guy shouldn't have called him a bitch. How about that?
But he called him a bitch afterwards.
It don't matter. He still called it to him.
Was hurt.
He still called it to him. The guy, okay, his feelings were hurt. You a grown man. You let another grown man hurt your feelings because he said that, and I'm sure Floyd isn't the first person to say whatever it was that he said. I'm all about this personal space thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not more so of because he had fingernail polish on, because like I said, I feel like people take stuff and they blow it up bigger than what it should be or whatnot for their own whatever reason. And because he's famous, people feel like they're entitled to these people's lives, and that's not true at all. I don't care how much money I send you to buy a CD, I stream your music. I am not entitled to your personal life. You're paying for my music. That's it. You're paying to see me fight in Floyd's case, and that's what you're paying for. I came here to see a concert. I'm not even the one that was up there on the stage. Yeah, I'm out here with the rest of y'all, but you're not entitled to my personal space. And I feel like that's what the whole thing was, and he was just mad for that. But you trying to invade this man's personal space? He said, "No, so bye. Just take a bye." And that's it.
But don't say nothing. So you don't agree that it's fragile masculinity?
No,
I do, because Floyd is thinking, damn, what if this picture get out? I'm with this dude and he got on fucking fingernail polish.
No, because I don't think that would have got out. Nobody.
Fragile masculinity. That's
I don't think it would have got out in the sense of, oh well, somebody gonna think I'm whatever because I took a picture with a gay dude, because they're not in a personal space like the whole thing that's been happening with what is the person name? Star with the guy from Family Matters with Darius. Yeah. We've seen them in personal spaces. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were all out at a concert. They're in a personal space. So now people are speculating whether or not the man is gay because he's taking a picture with a transgender woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's fragile masculinity because they're out in public and it can be seen as him taking pictures with somebody else. It's not like they're in private, like, ooh, hurry up, let's hurry up, take this picture. Y'all all hugged up or something. No, I don't think that's it at all. But why should it be fragile masculinity when it is a man telling another man, I don't want to take a picture with you because you have fingernail polish on. If it was a straight man that he told that to, then what? Because it's straight men around here that wear fingernail polish. Future, A1 wear fingernail polish, and I'm sure he done been took a picture with some of those people.
So you were judging him. So what's the point?
But how he knew the man was gay though? That's what I'm saying. You can't tell somebody gay just because they got fingernail polish on. That don't mean nothing. The man went like, he said he didn't want to take no picture because he had fingernail polish on. Period, point blank. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm gonna give an example. When I went to the game last week, me and my partner went to the game. We both studs, right? And we saw, I don't know if any of y'all familiar with when the Rockets won the championships back in the day, Vernon Maxwell used to play for the Rockets. They called him Mad Max.
That's what is that? Basketball or baseball?
Yeah, basketball. He played basketball.
Oh, basketball.
For the Rockets back in the day. So his name was Mad Max, but his name is Vernon Maxwell. So we walk up. Go ahead.
Nothing. Nothing. I'll tell you afterwards.
So we walk up on him, and he, most of the time when they are signing autographs or he's giving autograph pictures, he has a handler there, right? So his handler, as we walk up to him, his handler say, with COVID and everything, we not handshaking, we're gonna fist bump. So this is what he telling us when we get. So when we get there, he hands us a picture's already autographed. And Vernon is so cool because I follow Vernon on Twitter, and he talks mad shit. And I say, man, you just talk so much shit. I'm just talking to him like I know him. I say, man, you talk so much shit on Twitter. And he was like, man, give me a hug. He broke the thing. We already had pounded. We pounded his handler. And he said, man, just give me a hug. He said, man, y'all want a picture? And he could have been like, I ain't taking these pictures with these two damn studs. And he stood right in the middle of both of us, hugged both of us, and took a picture with us. So what I'm saying is, Floyd just didn't have to say anything.
That's
I don't want to take a picture.
I don't think that's the same.
You don't think
because y'all didn't ask for a picture. Y'all knew going in that there was gonna be no touching, none of that stuff. Y'all went there for your autograph pictures or whatever. Floyd didn't go there for that.
Yeah, Floyd was at the basketball game. So you're right. You're right. You got me. You're right. But I just still feel like we in the times we overshare. Instead of him just saying, I don't have the time for the picture, or let your security guard say, I don't have, Floyd's not taking pictures. Don't open your mouth. We feel like this generation. And Floyd is old. Floyd is probably your age. So we feel like we can say whatever the hell we want to say because we got it like that. And these people will cancel you. So I still think it's fragile masculinity. Like I know barbers that won't cut gay guys' hair because they feel like when you rubbing a tonic in this man's face, what your partner's gonna say. So you like men, or you don't want to be around your partner. He can't be gay, So that's the fragile masculinity. So
everybody has a choice though. Being a barber, you have a choice on whose hair you're gonna cut. Period, point blank. That's not questioning nobody's masculinity. It shouldn't be. You just have a choice on who you can and you can't. I have a choice on the people who I will and will not do locks on. I have that choice. It may not have anything to do with your sexuality or nothing. But the fact that I have that free choice, I think that, everyone is afforded that, and it shouldn't be my sexuality, my femininity, my anything, or his masculinity. Nothing like that should be questioned. And you said, why would Floyd even say that? Why would the guy post the video?
He won't clout. What we say content.
Floyd didn't go there for clout. Floyd went there to enjoy the show like everybody else did, but he got accosted. He came up on, and the fact that the guy still tried to get up close to him because the security guard had to push him away.
Right.
So you still tried to approach this man after he told you no.
Okay, devil's advocate. You just said something. You got a right to refuse locks on whoever, right? But you're gonna be tactful. You could say, I don't believe in this. I'm a Christian, this and this. I don't believe in this. But you're not going to go tell a client, I'm not.
But guess what? Even if I said
you're
in that
be
manner,
tactful about it.
even if I said in that manner, guess what? That person is still going to be offended and tell me that I'm not Christian because I chose not to do locks on a gay person. No matter what way you say it, people still going to be offended by whatever it is that you say because now they feel like you hurt their feelings. Like you said, the dude.
What if you don't say nothing?
Why? But
what if you don't say nothing?
But why do I have to be silent though? Why do I have to be silenced in order for your feelings
but
not,
I'm just saying,
your feelings not to be heard?
But wait a minute, what if you just say because you're a business owner and you don't want that with that out there that it might be another reason, it might just not been that they were gay, that you just refuse to do a service. You have the right, and I'm sure that's in your shop. You have the right to refuse service.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you may not instead of just saying, well, I can't service you or no, I don't have no open availability, and then you squashed it instead of just being so offensive and saying, oh no, I'm not gonna do your hair because come on now. Sometimes me and you as business owners, we're gonna be tactful with their response because we don't need nothing hurting our bottom line.
Well, no, let me tell you. But I told somebody, and I tell my clients, I fire clients. That's just what I told him because I started his locks 4 times, right? So I told him at this point, you bothering my spirit. And I told him I will not. If this time you comb your locks out, and it's not that they weren't done right, because he would wait 6 months to a year before he said something told him that his hair didn't look right. So he allowed that something to take over his mind, and he combed his locks out 4 times. And so I told him after this time, if you comb your locks out, you're not coming back in here because you bother my spirit. Now, was I wrong for saying that to him? And he tried to offer me more money. And I told him it is never about the money with me when my peace is disturbed. So at that point, I felt like Floyd peace was disturbed. But go ahead and answer my question. What I said. Now, do you think I'm wrong for the way I said it to him? And the way I'm telling it to you, hold on. The way I'm telling it to you is in the same attitude, the same manner that I told it to him. Because it was 4 times that he did it.
That's different. Because that's your work. You're putting your work, your energy, even though he's paying, because you could have been an a-hole and said, shit, he keep combing them out. I'm going to keep charging them and restart them. But you knew everything it took for you to restart them locks 4 times. So you had every right to say, I'm not starting them the 5th time. So it's not the same.
It is the same. Floyd's image is his work.
That was not
Floyd, listen, Floyd's image, that's why you want a picture with him. That's why you want a picture. His image is worth money. His image is his work. Him fighting in that ring is his work. So to me, it's pretty much the same thing. But come on, girl, let's go because we got other stories we got to talk about because we can go back and forth.
We ain't gonna agree.
Look, y'all, listen, this is disclaimer banter. Hold on. Let me give a disclaimer because other people I know, both of us get passionate about what we be talking about and what we believe in. This ain't no hard feelings towards neither one of us, child. We do this. When we get into it, we get into it, but it's nothing. And don't take me having no attitude or her having no attitude, child, because I wave my hands and roll my neck at anything else. So don't think of it that way. I just had to get that disclaimer, honey, because I felt it in my spirit.
We good.
I felt it in my spirit that somebody might have thought that we was angry at each other or something. I ain't angry. I'm not angry at her. I'm not angry at Floyd. I'm not angry at the dude. I'm just this my opinion.
It's just
commentary. What it is. Next story. Wait a minute. Before we go on to that one, can we real quick talk about Tammy Roman real quick, because I know the story that we're about to talk about is gonna be we're gonna talk about that.
Let me read their comments right quick. So
okay. I'm sorry, y'all. We ain't ignoring y'all. We ain't ignoring y'all.
I'm just say I agree, Polo. He could have said nothing. Sephora said I'm with Armond. Sephora said exactly. I don't owe you anything. Angela said, I don't like people in my space either. I get it. I would have waved and just kept it moving. Sephora said, maybe he thought, oh shit, he blogs. The blogs are going to blow this up and say I'm gay or something. Celebs have PTSD from all the blogs reporting fake news. And she said, maybe he was thinking out loud. Hold on. And then Angela said, you still should be professional. Sephora say, well, that's honesty in the true form. LOL, the truth hurts. TC said, I told this guy today that I could not service him because he had a foul odor and it bothered me. And he bothered me. Safari said, once I had to tell my customer to never call back because I don't want to deal with a headache customer like yourself. Sometimes you have to lay the law down and smack people down with the truth. I agree. It's all good. This is very interesting. And then Andrew say, we know Armin, it's okay.
Wait, and you skip one of TC comments. She said that's not the same. She said Polo, and it was when you was explaining about Vernell taking with y'all. Okay.
Go ahead.
She said that's not the same. We can be studs all day and night. A man will never say no to a woman, especially women they can't have.
All right.
Look, so let's go to Tammy real quick. Let me get to it as well. So I don't know if you guys have been watching, but Tammy Riviera, which is Waka Flocka's about to be ex-wife, because they are separated. But so she walked into the CBS one night and she says that, you can play the video. Let me see.
Yeah,
you put up the video?
I'm putting it up now.
Okay, well, she gonna pull up the video, but she walked into a CVS one night. She said she goes into there every night. The people that there, they know her. Blase squaze, child. Go ahead.
I came here to get some satin hair wrap and some deep growth oil. This lady sat here. She must be new. She sat here and she watched me on the aisle, acting like she was fixing stuff in the aisle. I'm watching her watch me, right? She watching me. I opened the pack. She said, Becky, she's watching me so hard that when I opened this pack, she said, don't do that. I said, who are you talking to? No, I said, who are you talking to? You can say, please. I said, who are you talking to? Don't do that. I said, I'm buying this. I can do that work. No, you cannot. Don't do that. I said, you've been watching me this whole. Pull the cameras back. You did. Pull the cameras back. Pull the cameras back. You thought what you thought was I was a child or someone stealing because you sat there, you watched me for 2 hours, and I watched you watch me, and I didn't say anything. Not one thing. I'm at Walmart, CVS. I come here.
She got another one.
I'm here almost every night. Every employee who works here knows me, but her. She must be new. But she sat there and watched me on the aisles. She sat there and watched me on the aisles and told me to not open. And it was the mannerism in which you spoke to me like I was a child. Don't do that. Why are you watching me from 2 hours away telling me not to open something that I'm about to pay for? And then she would tell me to leave the store. I told her to call the police. And she's still running her mouth. And she's still running her mouth. And you're still running your mouth. And you're about to be on Instagram to 7.5 million followers. So laugh at that. Yeah, you do work here. And I come in here almost every other night. Every employee who works here knows me, but her. She must be new.
Hey y'all, so I'm home and I have calmed down and I am a lot more calmer than I was earlier. I just want to clarify some things and just get people to understand why I was so upset. I went inside CVS at night because I just left Belize and I got if you see these mosquito bites and they itch like hell. So I was like, I'm gonna stop here and give me some hydrocortisone. And of course, when you go into the store, like all us females, we end up getting other stuff that we don't even need. I went and grabbed a bonnet and some hair oil and whatever. But as I walked in, I watched this lady watch me through 3 hours. And I watch her stand behind the corner aisle acting like she's fixing stuff. I'm watching her this whole time, and I'm thinking to myself, like, look at this goofy back kid just watching me thinking I'm about to steal something, but whatever. I paid her no mind. Not once did she greet me. Not once did she ask if I needed help with anything. Not once did she say hello, good night. Hey, y'all, so I'm home.
Let me know what you want to say.
I can help you with. Can I help you find anything? Instead, as soon as she saw me do something that she was wrong or that she felt that whatever wasn't right or that, was against the store policy, she don't do that. And I'm telling you exactly like that. Don't do that. Don't. To the point that I turned around, I said, who the hell is you talking to? And she's like, you, don't do that. I said, I'm going to pay for this. I don't care. Don't open it. I said, you know what, at this point, you need to get the hell out of my face because you're being very disrespectful. She followed me through the aisle. I don't care. At this point, I'm going off. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm telling her how I feel. And she's like, oh, well, you can leave, get out the store. I said, well, then call the police. Because I'm not going to leave until I pay for my stuff. So then you would say I stole some stuff. Call the police. And it's not like I say, it's not about the fact that I can help you with, of me opening something. It's more so in the sense of like, you could have been like, hey, can I hold it at the counter for you, girl? We're not supposed to open things in the store. I'm sorry, it's against our store policy. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize. Yeah, you can take that up, but I promise you, anything I open, I'm going to pay for. And that would have been that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about like, oh, I just want to be treated fair. I want to be treated like a human being. I don't think I'm better than nobody else. I look crazy. I look hick. I don't look like I got anything. And that's fine. Because I'm not trying to look like I'm a regular person too. So I'm not expecting no special privileges or anything like that. I believe that you greet the janitor with the same respect you greet the CEO. You know what I'm saying? That's how I treat people in my everyday life. And I just want to be treated the same as a human. That's all. I don't want no special privileges. None of that. But you never know who you are dealing with. And you never know who people are. And you never, my grandmother always told me, you never know when you're entertaining an angel, so treat everybody fairly. You sat there and you racially profiled me. And I know that it's crazy because I know a lot of black and brown people. When I mean brown, I mean a lot of Hispanics, black people, we go through it a lot where they just stayed on top of us. And even when she called the police, which I was kind of flattered by, she was saying, oh, it's a brown skinned woman here. She's brown. She's a brown skinned woman. I mean, everybody knows me, knows I love being, darker. So I got my little tan. But, I just felt like, what did that even matter? What was that even, like, it's just the whole night just shook me up. And I'm so angry I let this lady disturb my peace. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
So was that racial profiling?
Oh, Lord. So
let's see what the chat says.
I may have an unpopular opinion on this.
Yeah, you called up Tammy Roman, but it's Tammy.
No, I said Tammy Riviera. I said Walker. I ain't say Tammy Roman.
The first time you said Roman.
I said Riviera. Riviera.
That's why TC called.
Girl, young lady.
First time you said.
Listen. So I feel like, in a sense, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like she added a little bit more sauce on there when she's talking about the whole brown skin comment. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I feel like she was butthurt, first and foremost, because what she said was, and I'll be paying attention, I don't look for privilege. I ain't trying to put my privilege out there, right? So then she says, well, I come in here every night and everybody in this store knows me. So she must be new. She don't know me. But yet she says she's not trying to use her privilege. But then at the end of the video, when she put the lady on camera, she says, well, now you're going to be on Instagram with 7.3 million followers. So it's like, how are you not trying to use your privilege in this whole thing? That's number one. And so now I can understand what her being upset about the lady looking at her or whatever down the aisle. Y'all already know, and I ain't profiling, but y'all know how the people do, because they do that in the hair store. But yet we still go back to the hair store every single time. The same people watch you every time, and we still go back to the same hair store. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. What I had an issue with is you thinking that it was okay still for you to open up stuff in the middle of the store and talk about, well, I was going to pay for this. Well, how she know? I don't care if I came in there dressed in a 3-piece double-breasted suit and I opened up something off that shelf. I'm expecting somebody to say, excuse me, no, don't do that. You can't do that. Now I can understand the tone in which she said, don't do it. You don't want the lady yelling at you. I get it. But you think it's okay for you to just go in there. I said, Roman, okay, Angela, and TC said it too earlier. Okay, Roman, whatever. Y'all knew what I was talking about when you saw the picture. It wasn't Tammy Roman, okay? Because I need to pray for that sister right there. Anyways, because I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I just feel like it was privileged the whole way around, and you thinking that it's okay for you to open up a package first of all, we in the middle of a pandemic. 2. So some people can open up the packages, take whatever they want out the package and leave it on the shelf. They can open up their package, decide they don't want it, and then open up another one and open it up. And that's damage to the store because now they can't sell that product. they have to send that product back. And I think some stores they may get a credit, but I don't know if they get every piece of credit for that product that's now damaged, because the company can't do nothing with it either. So they're losing money on the back end as well. So then the store may take a little piece of hit for that damaged inventory. But I'm just saying, like, I don't get what was the whole, like, oh my God, I'm being racially profiled. No, you were being celebrity profiled. You felt like that lady should have knew who you was and let you do whatever it is that you wanted to do. And then when you didn't get an opportunity, now you pull your camera out and you want to videotape this lady in the midst of 7.3 million followers. But you ain't trying to use your privilege. Okay, go ahead, Polo.
Okay, I didn't like the way the store clerk kind of antagonized her in the background while she was recording. I didn't like that. I want to say is we are racially profiled, so it could have been racial profiling with her following her from aisle to aisle, because one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. So somebody's been coming in there stealing. We do have a habit of, we do open up stuff, and everything you said I agree with, that the store can't use it. We do have a habit, because I do it. I have done it before. I may open up this pack of socks, and instead of me getting the one that I opened up, I want the fresh pack, and I put that pack back.
Yeah.
So I have done it. So I open this bonnet. I want to see how big it is. I don't want the one I opened, but it looked like she had the one she opened. We get a fresh pack and we put that one back. So I feel like she was using her privilege, but I feel like you said, it's a pandemic. In other words, the lady really was doing her job. She could have, her tone could have been better. She could have said, "Hey, ma'am, could you please not open the merchandise?" Don't do that is very condescending. And the lady was taunting her, because the way I'm looking at how she yelling,
oh yeah, she was bigger than I ain't gonna lie. I laughed at that. I was like,
right. I say the way she was back there acting in the background, I'd have popped her. Sephora say, "Now I'm triggered." And then TC say, "Young lady, that's code language. Brown skinned woman." She said, "I hate when customers open the package. When I see them, I go straight to them and ask them if they need help." Correct. That's what she should have did. It was her tone. True, they steal parts of the product, and then I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, she said, "I'm about to pay for this." The clerk didn't know that.
Exactly.
Right. Didn't know that, but don't walk up to somebody and say, "Don't do that." And then you already know the privilege that she thinks she have. You see what she said, but CVS is opening up an investigation.
Yeah, because they say that's not how we talk to our customers. So they're opening up a whole investigation. And this is what I mean by privilege.
She may lose her job. She may lose
she gonna lose her job. You about to lose your job. But yeah, she gonna lose her job, which is not fair. If it's not right, if y'all gonna open up an investigation,
it is fair. It is
no. Listen, let me tell you why. If y'all are not going to open up an investigation, if y'all are going to open up an investigation to this, then I feel like you should turn around and give that lady more training. Don't fire her for that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they should give more training, because if we're going to do like how you did with the other story, if it was a black girl, yeah, they would have fired her, whatever. But we would have been saying, well, they should do more racial training, because that's what they do with the police officers. They don't fire them. They give them more training on how to deal with people of other race. So with her, because we know, and nothing against Asian people, because like I said, I go into my hair store all the time, baby. They know me and they love me because I give them money. Okay, but we know,
you're not there to take from them.
Listen, but exactly. But still, I still get watched sometimes. But now it's black girls working in us, so they don't pretty much do that. But that's neither here nor there. But we know that they can be a little bit aggressive in their tone. Even at the hair store, if you asking them a question, the way they answer you is aggressive, but I feel like she was being taunted. She was being taunted by the lady, because the lady was giving her lip just like she was giving that lady lip. The lady was giving it back to her. I'm gonna give you just what you give me. Yeah, I work here, but you still can't disrespect me. You say I disrespected you, but you turn around and disrespect me, and then I'm not supposed to say nothing either. Oh, okay. But yeah, they're doing an investigation. But I feel like the lady should not lose her job. I don't care what nobody say. She shouldn't.
I mean, what kind of sensitivity training can you really give her Because
why would you fire her and have her go to somebody else's job and do the same thing?
Let me tell you why I would fire her. Let me tell you why I would fire her. Because she was antagonizing the customer. If you already said don't do that, you already said you was gonna call the police. When the lady was videoing and ranting and raving, you should have been somewhere stocking up, straightening up, doing something else, not in the middle, giggling and laughing.
She came up to the lady. The lady was already to the front.
The lady was standing in her view.
She wasn't like you see Tammy. No, you see Tammy. Play the video. You see Tammy walking up the aisle to the front of the store. She walked up to the front of the store where the lady was already standing at. So if Tammy wanted to record away from that lady, she could have did so. But she walked up there and put that lady on the camera. It was at that moment, I ain't no employee no more. I ain't no employee no more because now you in my space. You putting this camera in my face and I did not give you permission to record me. So now you record me, I'm gonna give you just what you
either say that, but don't get that. Don't sit there and she was antagonizing her, and I would fire her.
I don't think she should be fired.
No, okay, so we need jobs. So if you're gonna train her. But they are taught that all we do is steal. So we are profiled. So she was profiled. Now I don't know what she's gonna get out of it. They're gonna give her some free bonnets.
Or is it just me?
She said absolutely Asian women are very aggressive. I find them always being condescending. Call the police. Now that's the Karen behavior. Come on. Investigation, but she should be fired. The Asian person took it as a joke.
Now, if she was a white lady, would you say the same thing? If it was a black lady, would y'all say the same thing?
If it was a white lady antagonizing in the background, yeah. Everything she did by talking to her,
I said a black lady too.
The wrong way, that's training. But
if it was a black lady, would it be the same response?
Yeah, if she's sitting there antagonizing, yes. You are that ain't what we paying you for. Now you were protecting our property and you told her the wrong way to not open the product. But you should not have been when she was filming and you know she was filming, you should have got out the way. You was at that you getting your 5 minutes of fame.
I don't care. She came up to her. Tammy walked her heavy behind up to the front of the store where the lady was. I ain't running. You in my job. Why I got to run from you? Girl, listen.
But get out the way.
Me.
You don't got to run. You can say, ma'am, I didn't give you permission.
So you know I got to give you opposite of everything.
Yeah, we're not going to agree. Look, even Sephora, I'll fire her. I'm not spending my time training a grown adult.
Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. How you say you're not going to spend time training a grown adult? First of all, when you hire somebody, they don't know what you want them to do on your job. So you have to train them. Okay? So Sephora, twin, I love you, but that comment don't make sense, baby. If you hiring somebody, you need to train them accordingly. Okay? You have to train them accordingly. They're coming into your job. So you do have to train a grown adult.
You see this? The Asian person was behind Tammy. Tammy turned around and saw her in her periphery. The Asian thing was snickling.
No, not the thing. Did she mean to say the Asian woman? She said,
not heavy behind.
I ain't fooling with y'all. I am not fooling around with y'all.
Angela, everybody say she should be fired.
I ain't say that. Y'all said that. Look, so everybody, don't say everybody, say y'all.
Well, we because I feel like the other thing she did, I think she antagonized her because it could have went further.
Oh yeah, she did.
It could have went further. What if Tammy would have went over there and hit her? It could have.
And guess what? Tammy would have been in the hospital because I can say everything I want to say. That don't mean you put your hands on me. I'm not in the hospital, but she would have been in jail.
Like
so that nothing that lady said, would have warranted her for Tammy to hit her. So it wouldn't even went that far. She ain't crazy. That's why she pulled out that phone.
All right.
But stuff like this is what I be saying about stories that we need to do that's back in our backyards, because you see how CVS now wants to launch an investigation, but this has happened numerous of times to other people, and we call corporate and stuff gets happened. But because, like she said, I'm going to put you on 7.3 million people on Instagram. Now you see the world move, but it's only because she's a celebrity. That ain't right. That's why, and that's another reason why I said the lady don't need to lose her job. But anyways, go ahead. Let's go to the next story, because we ain't gonna agree on that one. Okay.
We ain't agreeing tonight at all. So this is a much serious story.
Yeah, so y'all, we got our little chuckles out. That's why I wanted to do this one first before we follow it up with this one. So, are you guys enjoying yourself tonight? If you are, please put a heart in the chat if you guys are enjoying the content that we're putting forth. And if you can share the video, please share the video. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm gonna give y'all an introduction of this. This is 3 children. This happened in Houston, Texas.
Take the words off the screen. The comment off the screen. Take the comment off the screen.
What comment?
Sephora comment.
Hold on, let me come back. My bad.
Thank
you. Let me go back. See, now you know I'm slow at this. Hold on.
That's all right. Take your time. What you said to the preacher? Take your time, Pastor.
Take your time, Pastor. Okay, 3 children found abandoned by the mother and the boyfriend, and 1 child found dead and had been dead for close to a year. So I want to play this video, and it's actually it's very heartbreaking, but it's actually gonna show this is the mother facing arraignment.
Good morning, Ms. Williams. Ma'am, you're charged with the 3rd-degree felony of injury to a child by omission, the 1st-degree felony of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, the 2nd-degree felony of tampering with evidence when that evidence is a human corpse. I have looked at the alleged probable cause facts for these 3 charges, including the supplemental statement of facts, which I believe was supplied to the public defender's office. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause for all 3 of these cases to go forward. All 3 cases will go to the 230th District Court. That's going to be Judge Chris Morton. Will you need a court-appointed lawyer from Judge Morton? Would you like the help today of Attorney Chris Henderson from the Public Defender's Office? Ms. Keith, on the question of bond for each of these 3 charges, what is the state's request?
In the 1st-degree felony, I am requesting a $500,000 bond. And in the injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence cases, I'm requesting $250,000 bonds. And I am opposed to personal bonds, not necessarily because the injury cases are prohibited by this court for personal bonds to be granted, but mostly based on the horrific facts and circumstances of this case, which resulted in the death of a 7-year-old child. As is reflected in the statement of probable cause, officers were called out to a residence in Harris County on Greencrest Drive on October the 24th of this year regarding the death of the minor complainant, who is the child of this defendant. There were 3 juvenile witnesses who are also complainants in these cases. There was a 15, 10, and 7-year-old child who are witnesses to the incident. Officers arrived, spoke with the 15-year-old child, who stated that he found his younger brother, the deceased minor complainant, in a bedroom of the residence sometime around Thanksgiving of last year, 2020. He believed this defendant would call the police, told officers that she never did so, and that she then had moved out of the apartment, leaving them in the residence with his deceased younger brother without adult supervision. He stated that they had found his younger brother approximately 1 week before Thanksgiving. He also told officers that the co-defendant, who is the boyfriend of this defendant, would lock them in a bedroom, and he would hear them hitting his brothers while he was in the room with them. He stated he told this defendant about the conduct, but she ignored him, said she would talk with the co-defendant, and the 15-year-old stated, quote, "That never worked." Officers also spoke with the 10-year-old complaining witness, who is the complainant in the first-degree felony serious bodily injury case, who stated that he was actually in the room when the co-defendant assaulted his deceased younger brother, striking him in the face, feet, buttocks, back, his legs, and testicles with closed fists and feet. He stated that the co-defendant then laid his brother on the floor and put a cover over him, that the defendant then came in the room to check on his younger brother, saw the body under the cover, she began crying, then made him leave the room. The 10-year-old stated that the defendant and the co-defendant then began fighting because the co-defendant had killed his younger brother. He stated that the defendant then came back another day, checked on his younger brother, and found that his body, feet, and teeth had turned into a skeleton. He stated that the co-defendant would beat him as well, hitting him on his buttocks, legs, stomach, and face, and punched him in the jaw, causing his face to be swollen. He stated when the co-defendant would drink beer and alcohol, he would get very strong. The 10-year-old also stated that his younger brother was on the floor under the cover, that his body was a skeleton, and that his hair was off. Law enforcement officers on scene observed that 10-year-old child to have extensive swelling to his face and jaw when they made contact with him on October 24th. He was transported to Texas Children's Hospital, where it was discovered that he had blunt force trauma to the face, which would require surgery because medical treatment was not sought or obtained when he was injured. During a forensic interview the following day, he disclosed that the injury had occurred when the co-defendant struck him in the face approximately 3 weeks prior, and that this defendant was aware of the injury but did not seek or obtain medical aid for him. The 7-year-old child was also interviewed, who stated that he saw it when his older brother, who is now deceased, was injured. He said he saw the co-defendant punching his brother, that his brother was lying down and the co-defendant kicked him with his feet, that his brother was not moving and the co-defendant continued to kick him and stared at his younger brother as he kicked him. He stated his younger brother's eyes were black and that he stopped blinking during the assault, that they pulled back the covers and saw that he was really dead and saw roaches everywhere on him. Officers also spoke to this defendant on October the 24th, 2021, when she was interviewed, and she stated that in November of 2020, before Thanksgiving, she had gone into the bedroom where the deceased complainant and 2 other children were at. She witnessed the co-defendant punching her now deceased son. She said she stopped him from continuing to assault him, that she entered the bedroom the next morning and found him covered with a blue blanket, that she pulled back and found him to be deceased. She confronted him, the co-defendant, who stated he was sorry that he lost it and punched him, and continued punching him until he went to sleep. The co-defendant told her that he covered him up with a blanket after he went to sleep. The defendant admitted that she knew he was deceased in November of 2020, but did not notify law enforcement at the time of his death because the co-defendant had told her not to. She was afraid that the children would be taken by Child Protective Services and that she would go to jail. Officers on scene on the 24th found the deceased and badly decomposed body of the 9-year-old complainant discovered under a blanket in the bedroom. An autopsy was conducted, and the cause of death was found to be a homicide due to homicidal violence with blunt force injury. I'm requesting those bond amounts, and I'm opposed to lower bonds as I do have concerns for the safety and protection of these surviving complainants, and do not believe that this defendant should be permitted to have any contact with these children or any children in the community. I am requesting a protective order for the surviving children, and as well as urging the state's motion for bond conditions. I believe there was one filed in every case, so the first degree, that she have no contact of any kind with any of these children or the co-defendant, that she be ordered to surrender any travel documentation in the form of a passport, visa, or other travel documents, that she not possess or use any firearms, ammunition, or other weapons, or use, possess, or consume any alcohol, controlled substances, and that she be drug tested, that she be subject to an electronic monitor with a curfew of house arrest, that she have no contact of any kind with any child under the age of 17, or participate or supervise any activities involving children under the age of 17.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all the mug shots. Those are the defendant and the co-defendant, and they put her on 900K, and he's on a $1 million bond. Okay. So what you think?
It's very disheartening that as a mother, because those were not his children, but as a mother, you allow a man, and I'm not saying he's 100% at fault, or she's 100% at fault for this too, but you left your kids. Like, you allowed him to kill one of your children, and then you left the child there in the same house with the other kids, didn't cover the baby up, didn't do nothing. The kids say he was in the room right next to them. They walked past it every day. They had to see all of that each and every day. And that's disgusting that they think that was okay, and then they move away. And I don't know if you saw some of the videos. I saw some of his Instagram videos where this was earlier this year in February. Now at this point, the other boy had done died, and they were taking pictures. He's talking about, oh, this the best steak I ever had, and he drinking wine and singing Michael Jackson songs, and it's crazy. But my thing is, and you can't really blame people, because there were two neighbors, which I think they were angels, that they were supplying the 15-year-old. They didn't even know that it was other kids up there, because one neighbor, her name is Erica, she would come down, she would pull up into whatever parking space she pulled up designated for him. He would run downstairs, get the food, and go back upstairs. And so she would try to cook for him, but he would never take cooked food. And he told another neighbor, I think his name was Trevor. That's the one he got friendly with, because he would go over to his house and knock on the door and ask for a charger. So he would charge up his cell phone, and then he would go back home. So they would start to think it was strange, because he said he never saw like lights on, and it was always quiet there, but they never saw the parents come back. So they didn't know if it was like a late night thing where the parents came, or what. But then the lady, like I said, the lady Erica tried to get him cooked food. He only wanted prepackaged food. And he told Trevor, that he only wanted that because he was afraid to be poisoned. Because it had to be something that these two people, try not to call them a name, but these two individuals had to say something to them about food being poisoned or something for him not to even trust. Nobody giving them hot meals, So they were saying that the kids were malnourished. One of the neighbors complained to the apartment complex that she smelled a stench over there. They went to the apartment complex. They said, okay, they would check it out. And apparently they never went over there and checked it out for over a year, almost a year. Yeah, they said they think the boy died around Thanksgiving last year, but they didn't go over there because they said they didn't know the dynamic of the relationship of the parents and the kids. So they never went over there and said anything. No, that's a guy and a girl. So on the left, I think that's you guys is left too as well. Is Gloria Williams? That's the mother of the 3 children. And on the right, his name is Brian Coulter. She's 35, he's 31. And they both killed those children, killed that baby, and almost killed the other one. The little boy had got to get his face. He got to have surgery on his jaw.
He
So
broke
just
his jaw.
imagine how long he was sitting there with his face like that.
You know what I think? And they wasn't in school. They haven't been in school since 2019.
Right.
Now, one part when you were saying when she parked in the parking spot, that was the mother. The neighbor
No,
was saying,
Eric. No. Erica was the name of the other neighbor.
yeah, she was a lady with the bluish hair that they've been interviewing her all over. But she was saying that was the mother. The mother would pull up in the parking spot. He would run downstairs and he would get noodles, soda, and chips.
But they said they hadn't seen her for months though. This person but they said this person was constantly supplying food that he went out there to see. So it could have been the mother. If he hadn't seen her for months.
She only lived 15 minutes away. So
yeah, but he
didn't come a lot.
She
didn't come a lot, but she came. She brought noodles. But this is my thing. So when they found them Sunday, there was no electricity, right? So if I'm gonna bring you some noodles, how can you cook them?
Yeah. Well, the neighbor said he was coming. Well, they started supplying them food or whatnot.
One of the 6 months, which I think that's strange. And I do get that you don't get into nobody's business, so I'm not going to blame the neighbors. But if I'm supplying food and then you're picky and you're telling me you're not going to eat cooked food, so they had to buy them pizza, fruit. The lady said if it was a salad, it had to be pre-wrapped. He would not take anything that you cook. The man said that, and the lady said that. The mother she would drop off noodles while you're over there feeding. I did watch his Instagram videos while you're over there feeding him steaks. And you're cooking for him. So maybe this is what I'm thinking. They moved out of that house, but the house that they were in where they was cooking the steaks and all that, because they said they moved out in March. When they moved out, that house was just filthy and nasty. For 2 people to be living in there, it was nasty. She had 6 kids. She had those 4, and she have 2 daughters. And I think the daughters are older and they are somewhere else. 2 of the kids 2 of the boys are supposed to be autistic, but I think it's a very good, not imagination, memory that they can sit here and tell this whole story of what this man did, how he killed their brother, that they fought. And
autistic doesn't mean that you're void of memory. Memory, because I know a couple of autistic kids, and when I tell you they smart as a whip, but but I think the 15-year-old was really taking good care of them as much as he could. They
were still malnourished. They were still, because you got to think about it.
That's what I said, as much as he could.
As much as he could, because they said when the deputies got them, the first thing they asked for, they said they were hungry.
They wanted donuts.
They wanted donuts, but I know that them kids are going to be traumatized. At one while, I was reading that the judge over the CPS part of it wanted all this sealed. They didn't want with everything she read in the case.
But you know why? Because
when they get ready to go into a home, it's going.
No, but that too. But guess another reason why I don't know, because I feel like the state is to blame as well, because when they did a truancy check, right? The kids haven't been to school since 2019. They did a truancy check that they couldn't get in contact. The district attorney's office told them to dismiss that case about y'all have not seen these kids since 2019 in the school, and the district attorney's office turned around and they dismissed the case for these kids being in school, and they can check anywhere to see if they're in a school system anywhere. But you have not seen these kids in school, no doctor's appointments, no nothing.
They just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Exactly. And you decided not to check.
Right.
That is something right there for them to be blamed as well.
Sephora, it is headline news because a lot of celebrities are talking about it and saying they want to help the kids, but I think they're trying to close it because they don't want it. These kids are going to be traumatized because for them to, you got to think about the stench that they had to smell. They was locked up in that house. They gave him a cell phone, and I am so glad that after all these months, almost a year later, you've been in that house with that body and you finally called 911. He finally got the nerve Sunday and he called 911. And now hopefully they are still together and because they need each other.
Yeah. I hope they do not
separate
split those kids up because there are some families, some foster families,
maybe some family will take them.
Yeah, they won't or they can't take all three of the kids because I was in that predicament. Me and my siblings, my siblings, we were split up. So we were not all in the same home. We all went to separate homes in different places. You know what I'm saying? So we weren't even in the same cities. So
but see, y'all had just lost you. That was still traumatic because y'all had lost your mother.
But it was a year after we lost her. So, we were with family right after. But after that, we end up being split up. But, some homes won't take a whole family, or they can't, or you can't find a family that's close enough, especially when you're seeking emergency shelter. A lot of times taking 3 kids in at one time is hard for some families.
Right.
So
you left him with a phone, you left him with no lights. And I think, and I was gonna say this because I can't defend her because I'm disgusted, but maybe she moved him out. First, I was gonna say they moved out because they couldn't take the reek and smell that what they created because they said he wasn't wrapped in anything. He just was laying out in the open. They said the youngest went to check on him and he was full of cockroaches. That's what they're gonna get her for tampering. And you saying that he told you not to, and now he didn't go to court. Like how she went to court today, he didn't go. He's getting a mental evaluation.
Yeah, so why is he getting a mental evaluation and she not?
Because she must have didn't play crazy. But my thing is, if they go look at his Instagram, yeah, he sound kind of slow, but ain't nothing mental about it. Ain't nothing mental about it.
No.
And I watched one of his videos and he used the N-word so much.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the chain on and he walking around with no clothes on.
But you know what his biggest thing was? FOE, family over everything.
Yeah.
That was his big thing. They said he had 17 fictitious companies. Family FOE Productions, FOE this, FOE that. He got it tatted on his body. Family over everything. We eat good over here. Family over everything.
But you would kill her family because you wanted her, but you didn't want those kids. Sephora say, I'm getting in my neighbor's business. Excuse me. I live on the same land, and I need to know if the person next to me is in trouble because it will affect me. I agree.
Yeah. TC. Child, I don't know why you highlighted that. She had deleted it.
Oh, she deleted it?
Too late now.
Is it? This is the first I've heard. Wait, what?
It just happened on Sunday.
Yeah, he was full of cockroaches. But you got to think about it. He had been... Now think about it. I don't know how long they were without lights, so he was going to decompose a lot faster with no air in the house. And so I was going to say this while we was watching the story. Maybe she did move him away to get him away from abusing the kids, but they say he still would come over and punch him. So I guess I don't. Somebody say, who is that? Who is this dry woman? The woman that let this man kill her son and left him in the house with her kids for almost a year, starving those kids. While she's cooking him steaks. Then I watched one video on his Instagram, but I didn't watch the whole thing. And somebody in the comments said that he has a daughter. You ain't do that to your daughter.
But you know what? In that one video where he was playing Michael Jackson in that video, I didn't see the whole thing. I don't know if it played all the way, but it said she was in the background. Somebody came into it and he called him don't do that, nigga, whatever. And then they said it was a teenage boy in the background of that video as well. So I'm thinking that was the same. I don't know if that was her kids because that happened in February. They left the kids there in March, right?
They left in March, so that was at the house, but she was only cooking 2 steaks. So what about the other 4 kids that was in the house? Well, 3 because one was dead. So that means y'all was living there while he was decomposing. I don't know how big the apartment was. I just think it's very. She needs to rot under the jail. They're gonna wear her ass out when she get there, and him too.
Oh
and
yeah.
now he's pleading insanity. But if you look at his videos, ain't nothing wrong with it.
But
he actually
listen,
did it. He actually
something got to
told
be.
the cops that he punched him, he stomped him. He said I kept kicking him, and then I covered him up with the blanket. And then you heard him say I knocked him out till he went to sleep. And then you heard the little boy say they started fighting, but nobody never called 911. You love him that much over the. And then they said the 4 boys. I was reading that the 4 boys have 2 different dads. Them 4 have 2 different daddies. No, I don't think it was crime of
They don't
passion.
even know how
I just
long.
think he was very abusive, Sephora, and he wanted the woman, but he didn't want her kids. She had 6 kids, and I think I was watching one of the videos where he was smoking weed in the car, and I thought maybe he was abusive to her, but he didn't seem abusive to her in the car because she was correcting him, and he just started laughing, and he tried to pass her the blunt, and she was like, "No, because you don't need to really be smoking that much because you need to go job hunting." And this was back in February, and so I mean, it looked like he probably was killed, but the house was very nasty, and they said the house was soiled. It was no, they said it was no electricity. There was no food. It was full of bugs and roaches and flies. The house was just nasty. So I know
Inhabitable
those
all
kids
the way
could have some
around.
kind of die in there where they were breathing at, they were inhaling that decomposing body. It's gonna be a stench that they never forget.
Yeah. And just to see, and for the 15-year-old to say, my brother dead, been dead almost a year. He in the room next to me.
Right.
Like, that's something that they're gonna be saying over and over in his mind, in his head. He has to repeat that, and it's gonna be repeated in his conscience over and over and over again.
Right. That was
And then as he grows up, and we don't even know what the kids look like, but now we see the mother. Right. I'm sure people have dug into her social media and are going to see pictures of her children, which I pray that people do not put out them pictures of them kids. Like, they have nothing to do with this. You can slam the mama, slam the boyfriend all day long, but I pray that even the news be sympathetic and empathetic as to not put these kids pictures out here, at least until they're of age and they're able to talk and fend for themselves, because right now nobody's able to be a voice for these kids. Not the mama, not the daddies, not the boyfriend, the grandma and them. None of them can be a voice for these children. The 15-year-old can speak, but he cannot. I don't think he's able to defend what's gonna come, because it's gonna be some people that say, why he called the police, he shouldn't have did. It's gonna be some nasty idiots out here that I guarantee you will say stuff like that.
I'm so glad he had the courage on that day. To dial 911 and say, I'm in the house. I've been in the house with my brother. He's been dead for almost a year, and my parents. And then they were saying, somebody was asking what a dad was, and they said one of the dads is assumedly dead, and one of them is not involved. And one of the little boys one of the little boys that was in the house, his grandmother didn't want to be on camera, and she said that the mother lived with her back in 2016, and that little boy that he might have had a problem, but she said he did the best that he could do. So I don't know what would a 7-year-old would make you so angry that you would hit them like he a grown man, and you would hit him constantly, and then you would hit one and break their jaw. And somebody just need to whoop his ass. These 2 individuals look like generations of family pathology in both sides. What state? This was in Texas, Sephora. This was right in my hometown.
Of course, that's in good old Texas. That's y'all backyard.
Texas. So, anybody else you have anything else on this one?
I don't. It's not really nothing else to say, but we will keep you guys updated as much as we can. We will be finding different stories or different updates, I'll say, of this. And so next week we will, if it's an update, we'll bring you guys back the update on this story. I don't want it to be uh, just brushed off by the wayside. I don't want none of the stories, but this one right here is really just ridiculous. So
we're gonna go to artists, our artists. Take it away.
Okay. Let me hold on, let me pull it up. So wait, which one you got? Oh, that one? Okay, yeah, I was looking at the darn football one. Child, let me tell y'all. So this New York woman is suing Kellogg's over fruit filling in strawberry Pop-Tarts. She is suing them, saying that there is you can play the video real quick. It's only 24 seconds, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Oh, that's the video up there. They look like a man on talking about baseball.
Oh, it must have played already at the top. Your video done played it already. Oh yeah, it done skipped over to the next one. Ain't no way to go back to it. Cause it's gonna start showing you all.
I haven't had nothing playing.
Huh?
What? Well, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it's doing baseball.
Yeah, it's not gonna show you the other ones. But I'll let me see. I'll read some of it. But what it was is the lady is suing them because she says the pastry contains more pears and apples than strawberries. So she said that it's false advertising to say that this is a strawberry filled Pop-Tart, in which it's not. So it says a New York woman is suing the Kellogg company over the fruit filling in its Pop-Tarts. Elizabeth Rousset of Dutchess County, New York, filed the lawsuit against the company last week. According to the lawsuit, the advertising on boxes for Kellogg's strawberry Pop-Tarts are misleading because the filling uses less strawberries than expected. The complainant says the pastry contains more pears and apples than strawberries. The product's name, Whole Grain Frosted Strawberry Toasters Pastries, is misleading because it includes strawberries but does not include pears and apples, even though the fine print on the ingredient list reveals the presence of more of these fruits than strawberries. The class action lawsuit calls for a jury trial, and asks for over $5 million in damages. This is what the lawsuit says. Reasonable consumers must and do rely on a company to honestly identify and describe the components, attributes, and features of a product relative to itself and other comparable products or alternatives. By labeling the product in this manner, defendant gained an advantage against other companies and against consumers seeking to purchase a product with more of the named ingredient than it contained. The value of the product that plaintiff purchased was materially less than its value as represented by defendant. The defendant sold more of the product and at a higher price than it would have in the absence of this misconduct, resulting in additional profits at the expense of consumers. Had plaintiff and proposed class members known the truth, they would not have bought the product or would have paid less for it. I am weak in the knees.
Me too.
This lady said, you ain't got no strawberries in this Pop-Tart. She said you ain't got enough strawberries in this Pop-Tart. So I'm gonna need my money. I wouldn't have spent my $3.50 or my $2.99 for this Pop-Tart if you would have told me that it was pears and fruit in here.
Right.
My goodness, today.
I don't have nothing to say, but we live in a Sue happy environment, and I'm going to give me a Pop-Tart when we get off of here.
You better say that. Don't make me get up and go to CVS.
I'm gonna email Pop-Tart just for her, but I don't even have nothing to say about that because that's ridiculous. If it's filled with pears and apples, don't buy it.
Wait a minute, hold on. So the lawyers representing this case are also representing Anita Harris in the Southern District of Illinois, who sued the company in August for a similar claim. The Kellogg company has not commented on the lawsuit. So apparently it's a few unhappy people with the amount of filling in these Pop-Tarts. Girl, you better go and get the Walmart brand, Walmart or Winn-Dixie brand, Publix brand, Cause I ain't never had no issues with Pop-Tarts.
Well, we might need to get in on this lawsuit. You get
You think so? $5 million? Why not?
Because mine got apples and pears in it. I thought it was strawberries too.
But guess what? We still got to pay for the lawyer.
Right. So
Who's gonna pay the upfront fee?
The lawyer gonna eat all that up.
We need to call her lawyers and see what they do.
Can we jump on it? It's time for consumers started to fight back. Yeah, I just feel like we're in a
Sue Happy.
Yeah, there's a Sue Happy society.
And I listen, I think the lady gonna win.
Well, they represented somebody that already won. So
no, she didn't win yet. The lady didn't win yet.
The Anita Hill haven't won?
No judgment yet. They still represent her. She just filed her lawsuit a couple of 2 months ago or something like that.
All right.
Oh, so we on to this. Y'all know we really didn't want to bring it up, but we'll bring it up because he responded.
So let's see.
I should have did a reaction to Uncle Tim video. That's what I should have did.
Oh, he did one?
Girl, Uncle Tim had me triggered.
This is weird. His video is the one I couldn't get to play earlier. I can't get it to play.
Oh, yeah, I don't know because mine do that too.
So did you want to just do a briefing, and then I'm gonna do the your backyard, or you want me to?
It don't matter. You can either one. You can do this one, and then I'll and then we'll talk about the Florida one.
Okay. So Dave Chappelle says he don't have an issue with the transgender community and is willing to sit down and speak with the trans community. So I was reading over, and then I saw one ad where it says Caitlyn Jenner came to his defense, saying Dave is 100% correct, and that it isn't about the trans community, but the whole woke cancel culture running amok. So I wish we played it, but I can't get it to play.
I agree. I listen. Because this whole thing had me like, wait, you know what I'm saying? Because where it started, you know, they were upset. It was a trans person that he talked about in one of his specials. Ended up being good friends with the person, the trans lady. Oh God, I forget her name. But she wanted to be a comedian as well. So she was an up and coming comedian. And so when he said something else about a joke about the trans community, she came out and she defended him, right? So she said he's not wrong. This is that and the third. And then the community, the LGBTQIA plus community came out and they attacked her on social media. And then they said she killed herself because she committed suicide because of it, right? So he completed his mission in saying that you guys will laugh at everything about black people, ugly people, fat people, whatever it is, y'all will laugh about that. But the minute you say something about the LGBTQ community, now they want to cancel you. So when he made that comment, that joke, or whatever you want to call it, that's exactly what happened. And so he's pretty much like, this is exactly what I was talking about. We'll find comedy and humor when somebody else is being made fun of. And this is something what Uncle Tim said as well. He was saying, well, why couldn't you talk about white people? Why couldn't you talk about fat people? Why couldn't you talk about ugly people? So I'm like, okay, so it's okay for him to talk about ugly people, fat people, black people, white people, ugly people. But the minute he said something about somebody in the LGBTQIA community, now that's off limits. Like he was pretty much saying like, how can you say that's fair or not? But he said he would meet with the community, but he was saying that you're going to meet on my time because I'm not going to be summoned by nobody. You're going to meet on my time. You're going to meet where I say meet, and if you have not seen my special, then you're not allowed to come. Because how can you be upset about something that you have not seen in its entirety? Right. You're only upset about a piece of what everyone else is upset about, but you yourself have not listened to what it is that everybody may be enraged about. So yeah, Shelly, girl, he was tripping. He was, listen, I tell you, I told him in the chat, I said, I feel like I'm trolling you right now because I was typing. I was typing like Kermit the Frog in that chat because I'm like, that's not fair. Because if you hear what he said, it was everything was it was hypocrisy at its finest. Everything that he was saying, Uncle Tim was saying was wrong. Was everything Uncle Tim was trying to put on somebody else because he feel like the LGBT can't be talked about. But my thing is, when you put it like that, it's like he sees or people should see them as less than human. And I said, I don't see them as less than human because first and foremost, before sexuality and everything else, you're a human being. When you're in the fetus and you don't have a sex yet, you're a human being. Your sexuality is not found out while you're in utero. You're a human being. So for him to think that, well, they can't be talked about, they can't fight back. And my comment was, what do you mean they can't fight back? Because they will band together and cancel people. You say, and he made the comment that, well, the baby is still paying for his comments about the LGBT, well, about saying, raise your hand if you ain't sucking whatever in the parking lot. And I don't know the rest of the comment, but he was saying the baby is still suffering from those. So how can you say that they can't fight back? It's like that. It's like a woe. It's like they're supposed to have a woe is me complex. At the end of the day, they're still human beings. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I don't even know. But I was like, no, I really feel like he said nothing wrong. And they did exactly what he said they would do. They laughed at the black jokes that he talked about, but the minute he said told his story about his trans friend and everything else, it was like cancel him. Oh my gosh. But I wish you could have played that. Girl, let me see. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I'll be able to share the screen. But you know how mine do too. Because I want them to be able to hear his words and not just think I know y'all don't think we just around here talking.
Okay,
but,
go ahead. And then Shelly
said,
I watched the whole special today. Dave did nothing wrong.
And it's a lot of people on there that are saying that trans people, and gay people, or whoever, everybody is saying that, and look, mine won't do it either. It's doing the same thing yours did. It jumped.
Mine kept bouncing just off of that video. I was having trouble all day.
Yeah, it's not playing. You want me to play it on my phone or you good?
You can.
Do you want to give your commentary while I go to it? Because I got to get it out my email.
I really don't have any commentary on it. Just a little commentary I had because I haven't watched it, and I'm not overly sensitive about certain things. When somebody make a comment, we all not grouped together. So because of whatever he said, so I really can't comment except for just like on a roundabout way about him saying he's willing to sit down. And I do agree if he's gonna sit down and like you say, if you didn't watch it, then what you gonna come for? Because you're gonna be trolling because you don't even know what the special was about.
Right.
Shannon said when she make her video, they gonna get their work.
I mean, this Tammy says they said I brought up Tammy Roman, her comment right there on your screen. It says she said, can we normalize not ostracizing people because we don't agree? In life, we are destined to come up against a difference of opinions. As long as things are expressed with decency, it's okay to agree and disagree. I agree. But I'm gonna play the audio for you guys because it's not now don't go too hard now, Shelly. Just give him a little light.
That's her boy.
Hold on, let me turn it up so.
Okay.
Even though the media frames us that it's me versus that community, it's not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, and I need you to know this, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from... I want everyone in this around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me. And we live our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd.
That was really good.
This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, around the world, you're not a movie studio,
for you guys,
not a
because
film
it's
festival,
not,
Hold on.
now don't go in,
Hold on, I had to stop playing that one, child. Hold on.
See those shows?
Am I on 3?
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end. Not a movie studio, not a film festival. Nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos and Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet. You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny. I desperately want people to see this movie. But I understand why investors would be nervous. Since nobody will touch it, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make it available for all of you in 10 American cities, going on sale in the next few days. You will be able to see this movie in its entirety, and you can see what they're trying to obstruct you from seeing. And you can judge for yourself, but you cannot have this conversation and exclude my voice from it. That is only fair. You have to answer the question, am I canceled or not? Then let's go. Thank you very much and good night.
So that was that on that. What you think about his commentary there, Polo? Unmute.
I think, like I say, I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, you got this cancel culture, and so it's a lot of sensitive people, and a lot of people want to censor. And like he said, it's not about the transgender community. It's about censorship and what people are gonna try to stifle him to say and what he can't say. So I do agree with that. And everybody is not gonna be offended, and everybody's not gonna be sensitive. So that's why I was telling Shelly, don't take it out on everybody. You can't take it out on the whole LGBTQIA community because of one person upset you. You just say what you're gonna throw your daggers at them and let them rest, because everybody's not sensitive. Everybody don't get offended. Just like with racist comments, some of us don't get offended.
Right.
And so, I mean, don't just, be upset with everybody, because we all are not that sensitive. And it don't be that deep for everybody.
But I think they expect you to be, and just like they expect all black people, some people expect all black people not to like white folks. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand it. The same hatred that, not you in general, but the same hatred that you may have for someone, I'm not going to have that same hatred. I don't care. We do share the same color of skin. I have my own mind. Okay. So I can't stand when people feel like, oh, you cooning because you like a white person. What you mean? That white person ain't did nothing to me. Well, what about your history? What about it? That's not saying that I forget about it or I'm just, it's just out there in the open. But in this society, I still got to live. My children still have to live here. You know what I'm saying? So why would I make it a hostile environment when it doesn't need to be by me going around and just being mad and angry at the world and people that don't look like me? I don't get it. That's not me. That's not who I'll ever be. I don't care who I'm around and how anybody else may feel. Huh? Hello?
You're right.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, okay, now I get there you go. Yeah, we both had froze, I think. There you go. I hear you now. You were saying something about a hostile environment.
But yeah, that's true. That is true. If you use the wrong pronoun, you can get canceled. That is true. Sephora said that is true. If you use the wrong pronoun, you can get canceled, which is not, I still feel like that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? To cancel somebody because they're using the wrong pronoun or whatnot. Because it's like, okay, and man, you had this conversation before about, you know, when it comes down to, you know how you and TC call each other bruh.
Right.
That's just what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all call each other bro and stuff like that. When I talk to you, what I say? How I talk? I just talk like I'm talking to my homegirl. I'm like, girl, well, you know, right. I just talk to you like that.
But you
don't get offended.
Right, I don't get offended.
But I asked you too. I was like, well, does that bother you? Because I noticed that how y'all talk to each other. I'm like, well, does that bother you that I say that? You was like, no, that don't bother me. You know, but I know it, but that's also when you have a relationship with a person, you know what I'm saying? And whatever y'all, I hate people say YouTube shit, child, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you have whatever with a person and you're able to talk to them and ask them that. But even if you don't, I still feel like if something I say bothers you, then tell me. Right. But nowadays we go and we post everything that upsets us. And then we want everybody else to be mad along with us. But then when you don't have people that are mad along with you, now you're going to call them names. Right. Now they wrong for not agreeing with the way you feel. Child, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, everybody's not sensitive. Like I got a partner that'll come in back here in the shop, and we be calling each other brother. And I bet you them my straight men clients be confused as hell. And I know goddamn well when she leaned me back to start shaving me with two girls up in here, and they brother this, but that's how we talk.
Right.
We call each other brother. And it's like, what's up, brother? Hey, brother, good morning, brother. That's just how we talk. And we've been talking like that for years. Even my wife don't use really female pronouns for me. Mm. She don't call me a man, but she don't even call me by my government. I'm Polo.
Right.
So, you know, it's just, I don't know, but you know, people get offended, and I think it's just this, like I said, it's just this culture we in right now. And we feel like we can put our strong hand out there and force our strong hand. We're gonna do it, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, to me, it's like you want to be included, but at the same time, you will exclude yourself when it benefits you. You know what I'm saying? Just, I ain't gonna say no more. Let me shut up. But yeah.
Okay, so
it's a deep conversation, but I don't. Listen,
we can always bring it back. So we've been on here almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work. I gotta work.
We need to learn how to chop these videos up into segments, honey, like everybody else be doing.
Yeah, but you know what? It was some deep. We actually stretched tonight because we had some deep ones.
Yeah.
So
it needed to be talked about, and then the chat was also interacting, you know, with us with their opinions as well. So. Okay, TC. Hey, girl. Then, cause you know, I don't know.
She said only the privilege called me bro and partner.
I know. That's why I said, hey, girl.
Like I do. I call a drag queen ma'am or sir. It's very confusing. Shelly said, I say fam only because you have a cool vibe like family. like I've known you for a long time. It has nothing to do with you. Right, Shirley. And then that's what I call you, sis or fam. It doesn't bother me. It's just like Armin was saying, when you have a relationship or you talk to somebody, she don't want to say YouTube shit, but when you talk to somebody, you get to know what they like, and you try not to be offensive. So she did ask me that, and I know she don't really like cursing a lot. So when I am talking to her and I am around her, I try to curtail on the cursing, because I can go. But
Yep.
that's just being polite to the people that you are, being respectful to the people that you are around.
Right.
So my queen is never allowed to call me the B word, nor do I to her. I may be thinking it, never say it right.
You know
You
better.
should do it and play it through the week, play clips from the live. She said you should do it and play it through the week, play clips from the live.
I got that. Well, Shirley, you got to tell me how to do it. I know I got to download it, but how do I re-upload that? Re-upload it as it being chopped up, so I can tell Polo too, so she'll be able to re-upload it on her channel as well.
Okay, so if I say, "Hey, families, hey, ladies," that's okay, right? Yeah, Sephora, that's fine. You know, I mean, my thing is, why would I spend my life correcting everybody that's gonna say it? I can walk in the store and have on a ball cap sometime, and it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I heard a lady call me sir, and I holler off in a minute. I'm a girl. If I'm being an a-hole that day, I may correct you and say I'm a girl. I ain't no sir, you know. But then then sometimes they might say sir, and I be like, oh, they be like, oh, I'm sorry. I be like, you good? You know, it depends on how I feel. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. She's asking about an iPhone. So she
Girl, no, I ain't got no iPhone. I don't want nothing with no Apple on it. You see what happened with Adam and Eve and that garden, child. I don't want nothing with no Apple on
it. Now, TC. So this is what I want to say before we get to the last story. Next Sunday on Halloween night, we're gonna have a judge. We're gonna have a judge here, and I haven't read the bio yet, so I do apologize. But I am gonna come back and make a live so I can promote it. And we're gonna have a judge here. So if you ever want to ask questions, have questions for a sitting judge, and she's up for re-election, and y'all will have the chance here, right here on this platform. At TC, I forgot the time, but I think it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. That is, it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. I will have more information. I'll go ahead and pump the video and get the video already uploaded. But I wanted to make that announcement before we got to our last story. There will be a sitting judge here on Polo the Creators. It's with serious conversations with me and TC, and y'all have a chance to come in and ask any kind of questions that she's gonna be open to y'all asking her any kind of questions. Hey Ken, how you doing? Thanks for sharing the video.
Hi, Ken.
We'll go back and look at the chat so we can go ahead and, because I know everybody about tired and they've been hanging with us. So let me get this last story up.
Oh, get the free U cut? Okay. Let me screenshot that because I'm going to forget.
You got it?
Okay. So this is our last story, and like we tell y'all, we do stories from our backyard. So this right here comes from good old Florida. So this guy here, let me pull it up too, because I can't see. My eyes bad, child.
You want me to do it or you got it?
With these readers that ain't got no
prescription.
None at all. They just cute, girl.
She's talking about Angela talking about we good. She got 44% on her phone.
Oh, okay. So this guy won. Well, he actually caught what was it? Oh, girl.
He was handed the ball. He
caught the ball.
I got your co-host.
Okay, go ahead.
Tom Brady had threw his 600 TD ball to Mike Evans. Mike Evans went and gave it to a fan in the stands. When he realized when he got back to the sideline, they was asking him where the ball was, and he was like, I gave it away. So they went to negotiate with the fan. And what we want to know is the ball can be worth $500K or more. So this is an updated list of compensation what they gave him because they gave him.
Now I got it from him.
Okay, go ahead.
So he got he got a signed Tom Brady jersey. He got a signed Mike Evans jersey, Mike Evans gang cleats, a signed football by Tom Brady, a Bucks 2021 and 22, two of them season tickets, and $1,000 in credit at the Bucks team store, as well as one Bitcoin from Tom Brady. And one Bitcoin today or that day, which it may have gone up now, one Bitcoin was worth $62,000. Okay, so that's what he got, but they're saying he was gypped because the ball would have been worth over $500,000. So what y'all think? Do y'all think the man got gypped out of his coinage by giving that ball back to Tom Brady, or no?
I'm gonna say no, because I'm a big sports fan, because it was just really the luck of the draw out of all those fans in the stadium that he got the ball anyway. And because it meant so much to Tom to have that 600 ball, the 600 TD ball. Because my thing is this: how much value really would this ball be worth? I could come to you and say, Armin, I got this ball that Tom Brady threw. This was his 600 TD catch. If you ain't really got the video, if I ain't got the video to show you, Tom Brady didn't sign it. So it's really my word versus your word is really worthless. It's worth something.
I think the video would have been, I'm sure he would have had the video because it was on national television.
He had a video of Mike Evans handing him the ball.
Yeah, it was on national television. So
right, it was on national television. But I don't really think he was gypped. I think he got some. He not gonna get nothing in value of $500K or more. But
I think he could have gave that man more than what he gave him. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what he got? Hold on. He got
$62,000 that he can physically hold. That's what he got, because he can cash in that Bitcoin anytime, and you know what I'm saying, and get the money. But the other stuff is materialistic things. That jersey. Now he could probably sell the jerseys. He could sell those and get money too.
Both of them jerseys.
But I don't think none of it is going to be close to $500,000. They gypped him. Did.
She say gypped is the correct word.
Okay, they gypped the man.
Is worth now $500K. The other stuff will be of value over time.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really think he was gypped because, and then he's gonna have, didn't he get lifetime tickets or
tickets? 2 seasons. He should have got lifetime. Until Tom Brady retired, he should have had seats in that stadium.
Well, it may be just 2 seasons because Tom Brady is in his 40s, so it may not be that much longer.
Child, I thought Tom Brady had done retired 20 years ago. Now let me stop.
Now he
No, I thought he did retire like 2 years ago though.
Yeah, I agree with TC. My thing is TC saying gypped. Everybody's saying gypped.
Gyp. Just like you said, it wasn't no nightmare. Gyp. Tell her, Shelly, nightmare.
I mean, my thing is he got something. He could have said no. And then everybody would have been looking at him as,
and
yeah, you know what? But you know what was so crazy? He gave the ball back before he got anything.
Yeah.
So he had really no leverage. He had no leverage.
That was silly too, because he didn't have to give it back.
Right, but what maybe he should have said, okay, I'll give it back.
If
but wait a minute, but I give it back once we talk about what you're gonna give me. Because once he gave it to them and they went and signed it and put it up, because you know when they take the ball to the sideline, they write something on them, tag them, and they put them up. So what happened? Now he can't sue.
No, he can't sue, girl.
So what happens is if he would have went in there and say, "No, I don't want none of that, give me my ball back," they could have gave him any kind of ball.
Yeah.
So he lost his leverage when he gave it back in the stands. He should have held on to it, and Tom Brady would have had to ask me for it personally.
Exactly.
Not
you better come knocking on my door, honey.
No, we just like in baseball, when you catch a ball and that's the such and such ball, they'll come and negotiate with you, and they give kind of. I want to say he got the most that I didn't seen somebody get. I didn't see Tom Brady jersey stole before. They stole him at the Super Bowl, out the locker room, and but then you couldn't sell them because they were stolen and they were looking for them. So as soon as you presented them that you were selling them, they was gonna call the laws on you. So I don't think I'm not gonna say he got what he deserved, but he did get something. It was just a luck of the draw. It was a luck of he didn't catch it. It was a luck of the draw that Mike Evans saw him, went over there and handed him the football, and it was just happened to be. It's a story he could tell his kids. He don't have the $500,000, but he did get some kind of monetary value. TC say I would have gotten shares in the Tampa Bay franchise, lifetime tickets, credit in the merch store. He did get credit in the merch store, $1,000, $20,000 cash, and $20,000. Right,
girl, them jerseys be costing over $100. Girl,
he lost them tickets for Tampa Bay because they Super Bowl champs. You know them tickets high, but he lost his leverage when he gave the ball back. He was so excited. He was so caught up in the moment. He gave the ball back because what if he would have gave the ball back and they didn't give him shit?
I mean, he would have been out of gas, but still.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gave him nothing. They'd have been like, I ain't tell you that because we didn't hear what they were saying on TV. So, I mean, I don't think he got cheated. I think it was enough to make him look like a clown.
Now, if that was a 599th ball, would it have mattered?
I think it was just a 600. You see what the supporters say? A thirsty lawyer can argue that he felt forced to return it. You right. We all sue happy.
Listen, you suing for pain and suffering, child. I'm distressed. I'm in distress.
I'm getting harassed because everybody say I'm stupid for giving it back. I got Almond, Shelly, TC, Angela, Sephora say I got gypped. But he got something. That $62,000, that man might be poor. What if he just can't?
Poor? What if he ain't that poor. He close down to the front.
He could have been just visiting. He could have just had them tickets. Somebody could have just told him, "Come on, let's go to the game," and he ended up getting the ball. Somebody say if he was in Philly, they would have robbed him if he didn't give it up. These ratchet folks around here.
Okay. Well, we done came to the close of our show. I need to put let me see.
The Astros won. The Braves won. Astros won.
All right, Astros. I don't know how excited I should be about that because I don't keep up with it.
Go Stros. It's 1-1 World Series.
Oh, they won? It's over?
It's 1-1. We lost last night. We won tonight. It just finished. They was playing in Houston the first two games. Then they go to Atlanta. So it was. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly.
I guess I'll be a lady tonight.
Oh. It ain't gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? You done pushed out 3 children. Okay. I'm a lady.
I ain't push out none of them.
Well, they got taken out of you, child.
They got taken out.
You still.
I missed that experience.
Almond can't even fake it, LOL, and that's why she my twin.
Join us next Wednesday, November the 3rd at 9:30 p.m. on Miss AlmondBrown09 channel.
Oh, it meant to say any stories. I put Amy, girl. Where Amy come in? Amy, where you at, girl? But anyways, next Wednesday at November 3rd at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back over on my channel, which is AlmondBrown09, and we will be back with more stories from around the world. If you have any stories that you would like for us to discuss, please email me at AlmondBrown09@gmail.com or Polo at
H-Town Polo the Goat at gmail.com.
Yeah. So and then we got to get you to get that little ticker tape across the bottom of your banner. So
you know what I will.
So it can be floating down there.
I'm upgrading.
Oh, you slowly but surely upgrading. I see you now. I see you. But if you guys, while you're still here, if you enjoyed the show, please put some hearts in the chat and let us know. That lets us know that you guys enjoyed the video, as well as when this live ends. And I'm gonna give y'all some homework. It's real easy, okay? When the live ends, please hit the X button to get out the chat. refresh your screen and leave a comment up under this video. The comments do help for when because her chat doesn't it doesn't regenerate. It doesn't generate fast as some channels do. So the comments under the video will help other people know that y'all actually came and y'all like the content. So if you guys can please leave her a comment up under here, and it also helps with the algorithm. Hey Tanya, it also helps with the algorithm and you guys pushing her channel out to other avenues or other places or whatnot for them to be able to see what we're doing over here on her channel. If you have gotten this far into her broadcast, into our broadcast, and you ain't subscribed, why? Please subscribe, thumbs up the video, and help help Polo's channel grow. And it's growing organically. And I'm not gonna say help her get to 1,000. I ain't gonna do that. We're gonna help her get to where she needs to be and beyond. Okay, so please leave a comment underneath her video. And yes, Sephora will leave you a comment, girl, and I love it because she'll tell you all how she feels in maybe about 5 comments.
That's all right. I answer comments. I ain't too big.
She does respond back. So you guys, please do us that favor. As soon as the live ends, you guys, please come back and leave a comment. Okay, look, she said she get ready to eat a Pop-Tart, girl. Look, strawberry, apples, and pears. Oh my!
I got a whole case of them in there. I'm going to eat one before I go to bed. This gonna be my snack.
Also, do not forget, on Sunday, what time is it? On Sunday, Polo will be having questions with the judge. If you guys have any questions for a sitting judge that you would like to know, please be in that live, and you guys will be able to talk to the judge. She is, let me see, TC put where she was from. She's up for re-election in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So you guys will be able to she said she been hiding in the skybox, but you guys will be able to comment or question the judge with whatever questions that you guys will have. Oh, here comes the judge. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure, but she will be on Sunday. Oh, Judge Lori Dumas. So the judge is Judge Lori Dumas from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and you guys will be able to ask her or whatever questions that you may be having for her. If you're a content creator, once Polo sets up their live, if you guys can please send the video out, share the video wherever you can share the video to get everyone over here so they can have their questions answered. And she is a Philly sister. She's a sister. So you guys come back and comment as you know.
TC, I had to do my homework for the show, so I haven't opened up your email, but I did get it, so I will get that open tomorrow. I get a break, and I'm gonna get that. I have that live schedule before the weekend rolls around, so it'll be out there. So
do you know what time it's gonna be?
It's gonna be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, October 31st, Halloween night.
So that'll be 9 o'clock p.m., 9 o'clock Eastern time, and 8.
No, 8 Eastern.
Oh, you said Central.
No, I said Eastern.
You said Central.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Like I said Roman, you said Central.
I know I said Eastern. That's all right. We 1-1.
So it's 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock on the West Coast. So you guys, please come and join Polo.
TC.
Yeah, I did admit it. I said, okay, if I said it, I said it, Sephora.
But she's just so argumentative. I think she's getting sleepy.
I just like to talk. I like to debate. So you listen. You're not gonna just tell me something and I'll listen to it. Okay.
Okay, go to CVS to get you some. What? No, don't go to CVS because you might get accosted. Like,
girl, no, the people in there, they know me. Every last one of the people in there, they know me. They ain't gonna say nothing. If I find a new person, I'm gonna go to a person I already know, and then I'm gonna open up the Pop-Tart and I'm gonna bite off of it just to see if we got a lot of feeling in it. And then if it don't, they better not come up and say nothing to me. They better not tell me not to do that.
She say, "Don't do that."
Hashtag don't do that.
Man, I be looking forward to Wednesday nights. I really enjoy this. I enjoy.
I enjoyed it too. I have fun every time I come over here. The stories that we have, that we come up with, I enjoy our little banter back and forth. You know, it's never going to be easy when you talk to me with. Listen, I got to know. You got to clarify, break down everything. Okay. So just know you better come with your voice because I got mine.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mitchie. Hey, Mitchie. Look, they laughing because they know me. They laugh because they know.
That's why you had to make that disclaimer earlier. Like, we not arguing. We good.
I had to because I ain't want nobody to think we was around here arguing and stuff. Child, it ain't that deep.
Look, they made you episode 3 and then they over there fighting.
We ain't going nowhere, girl. We'll fight next week over on my channel if need be. It depends on what the case, what the stories are. Right. We'll argue over there too. If that's what they think it is.
Got along and we agreed on everything, so we ain't gonna agree on everything.
No, and I don't want it to be like that. I don't want everything we agree on everything. I ain't finna be around here just falling behind you, sniffing on your butt like a little puppy. I ain't doing that, and I don't expect for you to do that to me neither.
Right.
Can you have a pink and green hat for Sunday? Or you want me to wear pink and green? I sure can. But I ain't gonna be on camera. What you want me to come up there just for that?
You can come up if you want to come up. If you're not busy.
8 o'clock Sunday. 8 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah, 8 o'clock your time.
All right, I'll come up. Oh, but I ain't gonna be able to have my green screen because then it'll blend in with that. Well, the pink is underneath, so I might be able to.
I had an Astro hat with I think it had the rainbow in there, and the green was just, I had to go change hats.
Yeah, it will wash it all the way. It'll wash it out. The judge is the AKA? Okay. Okay. That was a story too, but I ain't put it in there with the whole Amanda Seals. I think it was the AKA. Huh?
The Insecure?
Yeah, what they said, where the girl was like, oh my God, she wearing my shield on her chest and she ain't in the sorority. They need to pretty much talking about canceling the show. Issa Rae was like, what? But they said she had to get permission from the chair of the sorority for her to even be able to portray that character in there. And then they said she was playing that from the first season of the show. So why you want to be cancel culture?
We just said that some people get sensitive and some AKAs didn't even care because it put them out there.
That's what they were saying. It wasn't a negative portrayal.
And she cleared it for her because they went back to what was it, homecoming or something, a reunion or something, back to the college. Because I don't know if you watched it.
I don't watch that show. Never did.
No, they actually I watched it. I was watching it, but I was doing something else. But I saw where they went back to for their reunion. And I think that's when she had the shirt on. But like you say, the council culture, that's what we have. It's always somebody want to make a uproar, a big stink of something. Somebody's offended somewhere.
But you know what? I don't think she backed down. I don't think she backed down from what she said because people was like, how do you feel knowing that nobody else is with you on this and you still doubling down on the way that you feel? Like, girl, did she not know that the lady had to have she had to have permission?
Right.
Excuse me, to even be able to use that, but no, that's neither here nor there. But I just had to get it when she said that. I was like,
what it's called when you wear colors, not colors, but the letters of an organization, and you're a part. It's actually a name, but I can't. It's not coming to me. Somebody.
I'm sure TC know what it is. What is it, TC?
Somebody in the chat gonna say it because I forgot what it's not plagiarism. I forgot what it's called, and it's not false flagging, but it is a name for when you wearing paraphernalia that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, and they were saying, well, do she know that somebody else had portrayed another? It was a fraternity. He did that, but then there was that. Well, don't she know that people portray other people like they play a judge? Some people play a president. Some people play it like on SVU. It's people that play rape victims. It's people that play domestic violence victims. Do you think the people that's been in those domestic violence situations are out here outraged on people playing them? No, I just want to be mad and upset for nothing.
And some of the stuff is based on true story. Some of that stuff on SUV is based on true story.
True story, but somebody still had to portray it.
Right, somebody had to portray it. I mean, like you say, it's the culture that we in. Everybody is offended about something.
Girl, and she been watching the show from the first season, and you mean to tell me now you mad, girl?
She just said, "Let me get out here and go viral."
That's what it was.
I'm gonna act like that. I'm so upset.
Anyways, y'all, we finna get up out of here. Don't leave off when you when you end the live or whatnot. But what I finna say? I'll see y'all next week. Well, I'll see y'all on my channel for Around the World next week. But I'll be doing other things. But I mean,
we gotta get them diamond paintings done too.
Oh, girl, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother conversation. All right, y'all. Don't forget to play the little thing before we.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you to the ones that stayed up there in the skybox. Thank you to the ones that did drop down here and decided to talk to us down here on the field. We know Polo likes sports.
So
if I ever say y'all
the bleachers.
Yes. So her clouds are the bleachers. And then y'all, the chat down here is on the field. So I appreciate y'all for joining us down here on the field for this little huddle. Down in the huddle.
So we're gonna
thank
do
y'all so much for joining her.
And some basketballs and footballs or something like that.
Basketball and football. Okay,
yeah,
I see.
I don't want no
heart. No heart. Okay, so any
before
kind of sports paraphernalia, she want. Those are her emojis. So, but I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Good night, y'all.